Hey everyone, this is Rob,
And Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast and everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meep.
Mer.
Merp.
All right, so before we get into anything, of course, this episode is an episode where we do have a guest,
Of course.
of
Of
course.
course.
For anyone that didn't see all of the stuff that you put out on
I
our
was putting on
socials.
social media everywhere.
Yeah, so this is going to be with a special guest, so feel free to skip forward if that's all you care about.
Yeah, if you want to see Nunu Nels, she will be joining me. We actually recorded it yesterday, so I'm editing it a little bit backwards, but it was really fun. Skip ahead if you don't want to see like us talking about the chambers changes in our accounts. I will have timestamps in the episode description.
Yeah, and a quick aside before we get into this is I'm not in the what's it called?
Little guest spot.
Yeah, the guest spot because
He hates women. It's crazy.
no, don't say that. No. Obviously I've been a little bit more busy lately, and as you can tell from the length of this episode, the guest spots tend to be a little bit longer.
They go kind of late. I was 51 minutes late to starting the stream.
Yeah. So we'll continue to do them, hopefully, but I may not participate in most or all of them.
Yeah, it might just be a just me thing. So that one person who said that I should have my own podcast, you're finally partly getting your way.
There you go.
Wow.
Anyways, though, let's get into
The doc?
No, not the docket.
Oh?
We're getting into the spocket.
Ain't no way that was good.
Crazy.
Yo, the stream this week is sponsored by Star Trek Fleet Command.
Yeah.
You're insane for that.
Oh, I know.
That was like really. You put your hand up and I was like, what's he gonna say? The Star Trek it or something? Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, so this episode is kind of sponsored by Star Trek Fleet Command. Specifically the PC version.
Yeah,
so
I've done the mobile version before. The PC one, it's so much better playing on a PC when you're not using BlueStacks. So I've actually been having a lot of fun with it. So my goals are reaching level 5, which last night after the tutorial took me 3 whole minutes to reach.
Huge.
Second goal, I was timing it. Second goal was unlock a second ship. That one took me around 20 minutes total after the tutorial. And the third one is get level 10, which I've like kind of been AFK doing all day. I haven't even finished it yet.
Nice.
I haven't been paying attention to that one as much, but because I have a week.
So if you want to help out the stream or the channel, feel free to follow the link on
I put it in the description too.
On the episode description.
Yeah.
Right. So perfect. Head over to YouTube and check that out if you want to help us out.
One other thing is I'm changing my goals for this one a little bit. I don't think I'll meet this goal, so I'll come up with smaller ones as well. But if we meet 20 people doing the first 2 goals and 10 people reaching the third, I will send Inferno every day until I get a cape.
That is really gross.
Yeah, that's why it's a lot of people, and I don't think we'll meet that goal.
All right. Well,
I want to do something different.
We reach it. And besides, before we got sidetracked,
yes,
on the spocket this week,
it was really, really good.
There is really only one thing to talk about, which is nice.
Our account updates.
Yes. No, so we do have account updates, but the one actual update for this week for RuneScape, of course, is going to be the Chambers of Xeric potential tweaks and changes. And don't worry, I will not be offended if you just want to skip this part, because apparently from what I have heard, this is just going to be like 20 minutes of me saying I told you so.
Yeah, and 20 minutes of me being like, oh my god, I really like this, which I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah. And then of course, as always, we're actually going to end off on the Q&A like normal, but it'll be just for me.
Yes.
Because Michelle and Nunu both did the Q&A in their session, so they will have their own time to do that.
Yeah, but I want to make sure that you guys get Robert's answers anyway, because I know there was at least one by Lazider who was like, I want to hear Robert's spicy hot takes. And yeah, I will say, whenever I read your question, he made a face.
I don't understand because I don't have spicy takes.
You're so annoying.
All right.
I almost swore, but honestly, in the second half, there's so much swearing. I tried to censor everything. If I missed anything, whoops.
Yeah.
You know, I swear a lot. Like, I really try to hold back for the podcast.
Well,
Robert makes
you
fun
try
of
your
me for
best.
it. He swears a lot too.
Anyway, speaking of whoops, let's move on to probably the most interesting part of the whole podcast.
Yeah.
Account updates.
Yes. I got my 3rd purple this week. My 3rd purple at Taub
Your
ever.
3rd purple ever.
My 3rd purple at Taub.
Ever.
Shut up. I got another Avernic at Taub at 49 KC.
Oh, that's nice. At least you're getting the expensive one.
I know, right? Isn't it funny? Because Avernic's like, I think like the most frequent one there. Like, I feel like it's their arcane. It's more common.
No way. The Justy is, which is why
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, no one likes the Jessie, but everyone needs the Avernic.
Well, yeah. So I mean, obviously there's like the supply and demand thing, but I definitely think Justy is more common because there's 3 pieces of it, and all of them are worth like nothing.
No one really wants it though. I don't know. I feel like Avernic's more common. We could be wrong.
All
I
the
never looked up Blue Tail. He's never even done top except for the entry modes.
okay, I mean, who carried you through it? But also, all the Rune Dragon alts definitely want it.
Yes.
All the
True.
bot farms want it for sure.
But yeah, I got an Avernic, so that was a 20 mil split, which is huge. Bonds have gone up to like 10 mil right now after the conversion changed for me to trade it for the weekly bond giveaway. So I really, really appreciated that drop.
Yeah.
Also I got to 98 mining. I'm not even mining right now. I'm actually like paying attention to the star check because it's one of the games you have to like speed stuff up. So I'm keeping an eye for whenever I get my free speed up.
Nice.
So I'm hoping to have 99 mining by next week. I did some volcanic mine with Perky a few days ago. Perky's such a gamer. We'll have to have Perky on the podcast sometime because like literally I was like, oh, like, can you find a third person? Because I couldn't find anyone. He's like, yeah, I'll just play on my alt. And he was just playing on 2 different accounts and like not AFKing alt, just like going and like checking everything too. And I was just like, I died at one point.
Nice.
I died, and then at another point, I had to tell you out because I was about to die because I wasn't quick enough. I wasn't as quick as Perky on his 2 different accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
That's how it is.
But it's fun. I think I have like 780,000 XP away until I reach 99. So
Pretty close. Are you gonna have a party or no?
I'll just do what I normally do, which is like, hey guys, come stand with me. And I'm like, ah. And yeah, that's literally what I do every
okay.
time.
Nice.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't even have people stand with me. I always stream it though, so I can like make little shorts of it. They don't get the most viewership. But I kind of like, it's kind of like social media, like, hey, no, yikes.
Yikes.
It's like my normal social media where like I don't always post stuff for other people. Like I try to make it likable to other people, but at the same time, I also am posting it so I could look back and be like, oh, cool, what did I do then?
Yeah, it's like a little journal.
Yeah, I like looking back at my old Instagram actually all the time and being like, what were we doing a few months ago? And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I never do that, but it is kind of interesting looking
Yeah.
back.
I think it's fun to do. But yeah, so doing a lot of that. I finished my wheel of content. So I'm now free. I have to do
Little Dobby action.
yeah. I have to do 3 more Inferno attempts, but that's it. So I'm just doing like 1 a day. No new Inferno PB because I'm trying to actually learn how to do all the ticks and stuff, which is hard. It's like, yeah, every tick you just alternate between this and this, but you have to wait until the ranger starts like his motion, and I'm like, I don't know when technically this motion's starting, so it's a lot. Last night I got to wave 40 and I was like, I was having to drink brews and stuff because my mistakes, and I could have rushed it and like been killing stuff in a certain order, but it would have been something that like ruined it a little bit later if I didn't actually learn the technique. So
Yeah,
I'm practicing the actual techniques.
that's good.
It's frustrating, but it's okay. I'm glad that I'm finally learning stuff. Also, I don't know if I said this last week, but we have new merch. I'm wearing my Akka shirt. You can't really see it.
Yeah,
But we have new merch. We both have hoodies on the way, but
we do.
they're not gonna be here for a couple weeks and it's hot anyway, so I don't know when you guys will see those. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'll make you match me someday on the podcast.
I only wear mine in the morning.
We'll record in the morning. I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. I will just be awake. I'll just stay awake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, now that I'm free, I could do whatever, and I was sending Chaos Ellie because I decided I really want that pet, and it's
Dude, you got it, right?
I'm at 800 KC and I still don't have that pet. Like what?
Seems like potentially a skill issue at this point.
I know. It's like it sucks, but at the same time, this is an ideal pet to go dry on because the drop rate's so good.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I'm kind of interested to see how dry I go on it. I'm like, will I go over 1,000? Like that would be kind of crazy.
Potentially.
Yeah. But that's what I've been up to this week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
How about you?
Oh, a lot has happened. A
He
ton
lies.
has happened.
He lies.
Yeah, so I played 2 games of League of Legends, decided I don't want to do that anymore.
You're crazy.
Uh
Every week he like is like, let's try a new schedule.
yeah, no, I don't know. I just like reevaluated how I feel after playing League of Legends.
He realized he
and
doesn't have fun.
I was like, honestly, this is just like not the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually I'm also like I'm not gonna say that I'm like one of the better players, but I feel like I'm more
In the world.
No. In our friends group.
Yeah.
And not even that, it's just that I'm more consistently not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where some of them are bad.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
some people have like, a billion kids or, a million jobs, whatever they have, they just don't play as much. And
Mhm.
so, And also they'll like it's really a good idea if you want to improve in League to just play like maybe 5 champions maximum. There's like 100 or something. There's a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like better to just pick 5 and be really good at them. So
Yeah.
I have 2 that I'm just really good at.
Okay.
And that's what I play. And so like I just try to like be decent, but then like a lot of times I do that because I want other people to have a better time in the game. And like,
Oh, you're not even doing it for you. You're doing it to improve their
yeah, not
experience.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I'll do stuff so that hopefully they do well in the game because they're not always as consistent.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it just doesn't go well, and I'm like, why am I like, this isn't like really fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of this I'm like, oh, I had a good time. That almost never happens
Yeah.
unless
Video
it's
games should
just,
be fun. You should, I mean,
yeah,
even if you don't feel like you have fun, like sometimes RuneScape, you don't necessarily think like that was fun, but you'll think like I made a lot of games and that makes me happy.
yeah,
You should feel happy after playing games,
yeah. I
which
think
it does not do
yes,
that
I
for
mean,
you.
speaking of happiness, I did do 1 round of Winter Tot, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like 5 pets. That was pretty cool. No, but I did do 1 round. It was fun. And
Yeah.
then
Winter
yeah,
Tide is actually really fun. Like I know a lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy it.
yeah, I like it.
It'll suck
And
going for the pet
I
book.
didn't I mean I didn't, that's really all the RuneScape I played. Like
Yeah.
I played that, and then I played, yeah, the
Did you have
two.
more fun doing that than you did playing League?
I mean it was like
They're very
three
different
3 minutes
things.
versus like 40 minutes, so it's kind of
Okay, that's
different. It's
true.
hard to say. But yeah, either way, didn't play a ton of games. I don't even know. Oh, because we had like the birthday parties on Saturday, so I didn't really
Yeah.
play
We
that
went and
much
hung out
of
with this
anything
family.
really.
Our Disneyland passes are running out next week, and somehow we didn't realize that there's cheaper Disneyland passes. So now, like,
I realize I just, a lot of them they have a lot of blackout
they
dates.
do, but now we're like not sure. We're like, should we just get one of the cheap ones? We're talking like literally 2/3 of the price every
You
month,
say it like that, but it is still at least $600.
a year
Yeah.
for both of us.
No, for one.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay, right now, full disclosure, I'm spending $180 a month on both of our passes.
Well, yeah.
So it really got 1,000.
I think it's 1,500 a year or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So this
There,
is a lot cheaper.
also wanted to put this into reference because I know a lot of people are like, why would you spend that? It only costs $50 to go to like Six Flags. It's because a day pass at Disneyland is $200.
Yeah, and we go like once a month, so it actually is worth it
Yeah,
for
so if
us.
I've already done the math. If you go more than like I think 6 times total in the year or something like that, it's worth it to have the passes we have.
And we probably go like 10
So it's
times.
cost efficient. It's still expensive though.
Yeah. So we're certainly not gonna do that pass again, but we might do the other one. We'll
Yeah,
see, because we're a little irresponsible. We're trying to get part-time jobs though, so I don't
sure.
even know how I got here.
Yeah, I don't know. You're just
I just
random.
wanted to let you guys
You're like a
know.
quick update about Robert's life.
No, quick update about the Disneyland situation.
Yeah. Anyways, though, I may play more games this weekend. Honestly, I don't have any plans to, but I might.
We're
Not
going to
sure.
Disneyland this
Yeah, I'm not sure
weekend.
because we're going to Disneyland.
Our last day.
Yeah, our last visit ever, probably.
God. And then
Yeah.
next week, TwitchCon.
Yep. Next week, TwitchCon. So, yeah, probably won't see any of you there, but that's cool, I guess.
If anyone's going, let me know on Discord in general. Chat.
Yep. But yeah, so I guess that's kind of the end of my updates. Luckily,
Cool.
not a ton of updates to go over, because we actually have something to talk about that's pretty interesting,
Yes.
and that's going to be the Chambers of Zarak. The
Zarek.
potential tweaks and changes is the name of this blog.
I'm so excited about it. I've read it like a couple times now because like, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, I was on the OSRS podcast this week.
Yes.
Yeah, I recorded that yesterday for 3 hours and then recorded Nudie for 2 hours. I've just been like recording like crazy. I don't know when that's going to come out, but whenever it is, I'll post it in Discord and tag the podcast enjoyers.
Yes. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so we can move on to Chambers of Zarak scouting and scaling. And I have not read this, but
Okay.
like I said,
You want
I
me to read the
heard some
intro?
cool stuff. No, I'll read it. So they
I
say,
love when he reads it for the first time and you can see his eyebrows in the middle, like, whoa.
Yeah.
What was that?
so let's not waste any time. Our proposal for changes to scouting and scaling missed the mark for many of you last week. Yeah, who would have thought?
I thought it was fine because I don't know. When people were making fun of me, they're like, "You thought it was okay," meh, meh, meh. And I was like, "Okay."
Beyond the nitty gritty of what cost feels appropriate and tweaking specific numbers, the feedback that stuck out the most was that tackling the root cause of the problem we're trying to solve.
Which is what Robert
That
was
is
saying.
exactly what I was saying. They're all
Yeah.
like, all right, let's just cover up this massive problem,
That everyone hates the
being
rooms.
that half of the rate sucks.
Yeah.
We've spoken about before about the desire to offer a number of proposed tweaks to the Chamber of Zurich to address common complaints over the years.
It's been like 5 years, right?
It's been out for
I think it came out like right before we joined.
yeah, I think maybe a little bit longer, maybe 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, not too long.
Crazy late updates.
Which might ultimately reduce how necessary it feels to scout in the first place. And last week we said that we'd look to deliver those changes after we'd gotten a handle on scouting. You pointed out it feels a little backwards to do things in this order, suggesting that we instead make changes to the rooms themselves first and then explore a system for custom layouts afterwards, once the dust has settled on the changes.
Yeah, so we'll still be getting those changes potentially, but
Yeah,
please
so
hold.
they want to fix a working system instead of
Implementing a new system.
throwing the bad stuff under the rug and then trying to fix it.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that. That they actually like are doing it rather than ignoring everyone's feedback.
It's gonna be an obscure reference, but it's like trying to like fix someone's like bullet wound. Like you have to take out the metal first, or it will never heal.
How many bullet wounds do you think you've healed or like helped people take
Well,
out?
I've
Like,
personally had like 30, and then I've also helped like 50 people
Yeah.
remove theirs. So
only 30?
yeah, being a combat doctor, this is actually hilarious. I used to do this when I was younger, like really young, to my sister, which is 6 years older, and I would tell her about stories. I would make up stories and be like, "Oh yeah." So in my last life, when I was in the military, and I would tell her
So
these stories
weird.
as if they were like true.
What would she say?
Oh, she
She's
just
probably
thought
very
I was,
supportive of
yeah,
you.
she just thought I was crazy. She was just like, "All right, so you just telling me about how you came back from the war and stuff like that." And I was like 6 or 7 when I was telling her this stuff. So
He was allowed to watch some very like inappropriate war movies for his age.
yeah,
Wait, can we also say his sister's husband was remembering stories of Robert when he was like a teenager, a young preteen,
yeah.
talking
What
about
I do?
guns to him and making noises and
Oh
be like,
yeah.
Robert, like, do you know what this gun sounds like? And then he just make like noises trying to sound like it. Can you
Yeah.
please do one?
No.
Why?
So even to this day, I'm not. I don't like guns, per se. I'm a big fan of like mechanical things. Like I think like
And he just watched a lot
really
of war movies.
well, yeah. I think the mechanics of a gun are crazy interesting. It's like an essentially like infinite energy loop, which is like so mind blowing to me.
Mhm.
And then also, I mean, beyond that, I've like been interested in like, cars and like really big machinery and stuff like that. So that was kind of just like an addition to it.
Yeah, we don't want you guys to think that Robert Jones People has like a safe full of guns.
No, I don't own any guns. I've only ever had one BB gun, which was swiftly taken away
It
from
was?
me the same week I got it.
Who got it
actually.
for you?
My parents got it for me.
And then they took it away?
And then my uncle shot an owl with it. I didn't even shoot it, and then they took it away.
Was it your uncle
It
that
was-
I know?
Yeah, it was like
Why did he shoot an
within
owl?
the same. I think within the same 48 hours I got it.
Why did he shoot an owl? And why did you get in trouble for him shooting an owl?
We were living in Maine, and this
We don't talk
owl,
about this part of his life.
This owl, it was like a snow owl
Oh, that's actually really sad.
out in the middle of the snow
Why
on a
would-
tree.
Why would he shoot a snow owl?
I have
He
no
was an
idea.
adult.
I have no idea. Yeah, weird time
You
of
should
my
tell
life.
him to listen to the podcast.
Yeah. Anyways. Moving on to actual RuneScape. So we're going to be changing our approach and doing exactly that, while still looking to deliver as much as possible within the same time frame we'd projected for our original plans. Ooh, lofty goals. Surely it won't be delayed.
Wait, they actually put 2 dots there, or is it supposed to be ominous?
It's like a half ellipses.
Yeah,
They're
so it's
all
like,
like yeah, it's
like up in the air.
Yeah, exactly. Part of the reason for this is that by making scouting feel less necessary, it's likely that players are still going to be content with a variety of layouts that suit the personal preferences, which makes it more palatable for us to reduce associated costs or take a more lightweight, quote unquote, approach to raid generation in the future.
Cool.
Ultimately, we want to deliver meaningful improvements to the Chamber of Zarek before 2023 is done. And also,
They want to.
and also obviously they're gonna make some excuses like, yo, we only got like one dev in the back. He's working on leagues, so we can't do the chambers thing anymore, which is
And the
probably
higher ups
gonna
refuse
happen.
to hire anyone else.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna happen. But anyways, they hope that won't happen.
They hoped that it would be in time for them to be out in the latter part of Leagues 4, which, I mean, they even do say, like, the teamwork on these changes cannot realistically deliver a full scouting overhaul and improvements to various rooms within the time frame. I feel
Yeah.
like they just didn't even need to say the whole first thing. They could have just said that.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I guess it just is kind of tempering expectations. They're really just saying, "Hey, we're going to either have improvements to the rooms or scouting, and since you guys want improvements to the rooms, we're going to do that."
Yeah, you're not going to have them both immediately. It's going to take a second to get both.
Yeah. And they even say, "We'd rather we think that both you and us would rather see something than nothing." So,
Yeah, true.
and before we jump into the potential changes and a hefty survey, you might be wondering what we're doing for scaling since so many of you weren't happy with the costs associated. Instead, pointing out that the difficulty is the cost in the same way that increasing your raid level at tombs doesn't charge you a flat fee. With that in
Fair.
mind, scaling your raids up will be free. Though we will be keeping an eye on this whenever we roll the change out.
I think that's a good point.
I still think this is foolish.
No, I was going to say, but I'm still not sure because, like, boosting for irons and stuff just seems like if it's free, like I don't know. I don't know if this sounds like a cranky main thing to say where I'm like, won't it like make it too easy for them to like get irons and stuff? Or get irons to get purples?
Yeah. I'm looking real quick because I'm not exactly sure how scaling works.
It
Like,
makes everyone's health higher and stuff.
yeah,
And
but is it like a 1-to-1 like ratio? I highly doubt it, but
probably not. But
yeah.
I know that every 8 people gets another phase. I don't know
Every
if there's a limit.
yeah, probably not.
Hmm.
Anyways, though, I'm just gonna assume I could totally be wrong. I'm just gonna assume they created this game like every other game was created, and that it's not a 1-to-1 scaling. Like
Yeah, that'd be
one
kind of
person
weird.
doubles the health of all the
No,
enemies.
I don't think it's like that.
Um, with that being said, so it just gets like kind of, I mean, obviously not easier with more players, but it definitely, I don't know, like you get double the points, but it is slightly easier than if you had double the players. I get that it gets harder and it's more difficult, but also like you get more rewards. Like it's scaled appropriately in the rewards
Yeah.
section.
It's
So
weird.
why wouldn't it cost you more to go there?
Yeah. I'm interested to see like if it's free, like that would make me more interested in trying scales and stuff, but I do wonder if they're gonna end up having to change that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that this is like a unpopular opinion, but I still think, like I said last week, the prices should actually go up the more you scale
He's
because
spicy.
it is literally more difficult. Like finding 30 extra accounts is more difficult. So it should be more expensive to find 30 ways to scale it.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me. And also, it's not like obviously it's gonna be way more difficult. Not saying a 30 scale is easy by any means, but it's like you chose to do that. Like I mean,
Yeah.
it's
That's fair.
it's not like anyone's forcing you to do it so difficultly. Anyways,
So with this new approach, our plan is effectively to survey you on a number of changes, both from our backlog and more recent player suggestions, figure out what's well received, pull the changes properly, and then roll them out in an order of priority that's supported by this survey. Well, of course, our course of action now is to try and touch up the bad parts of chambers rather than allowing you to circumvent them with custom layouts. We do still want to explore custom layouts in the future, since there are some needs that can't be met within these changes, aka like speedrunning layouts. So we've included a question in the survey to gauge your thoughts on alternate approaches for
alternate
a
appropriate approaches.
yeah, for a raid generation system in the future. All of our proposed tweaks are detailed in the survey. Everything in the survey is multiple choice, and they said it takes around 10 minutes. I actually took it, and I feel like it took a little bit less than 10, honestly,
Yeah.
like 7 minutes
Also,
or
shout
so.
out to whatever dev finally
Started
found.
embedding all this
Yeah,
stuff.
finally found the technology to embed Google
It's nice.
Forms into your website, which is like kindergarten type of stuff. So, shout out
Yeah.
to whoever did that.
But yeah, I never do surveys, and I did this one because I feel like I do a lot of chambers, so I feel kind of strongly about it. There
Yeah.
was some like pretty funny meme things in there too, though. Meme, she says.
Memer.
Whenever I was like in the 7th grade or 8th grade, that was the first time I ever heard the word meme, and I thought it was pronounced meme.
That's gross.
Yeah,
Oh, shout out to any people that think it's GIF.
it is.
Yeah.
I don't actually think
Your
that. Just kidding.
graphics. That's definitely how you say graphics.
All right, so they're asking about your best experience with Chambers as Eric, and they like make jokes. Like, the first one that I think is funny. No, it's just 100. Okay, 1,001 plus KC. It says Chambers of Zarek permeates my every waking thought. I'm trapped in a prison of Zarek's making. But what a raid! Almost one of my best friends, and fighting almost a solo player is among the best encounter designs
Yeah.
in the
This
game.
is you admitting that you have over 1,000 KC there.
Yeah, but like literally, people were kind of taking that like seriously. Like someone in our chat has over 1,000 KC, and they're like, I did not resonate with that description at all, so I just lied and said I had a different KC.
Yeah.
Their memes did not pay off. And there
No.
was another more funny one that I really liked about Vespula. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. That's actually part of the regular notes.
That's actually not even part of
That's
the
not even the
survey.
survey. Okay, anyway, we could go with the ideas and we'll just go back and forth.
Sure.
Okay.
So the first one is going to be for a general room/energy change. So they added energy pools more frequently throughout the raid.
Yeah.
Energy can often be a pain point in chambers, rooms, and paths between them can be large. Offering more pools is in keeping with the current thematic and still maintaining one of the prime use cases for stamina potions for solo players taking on Ulm without opening up extra inventory spaces and making solo Ulm fights easier. That's okay, I guess.
It's nice. Sometimes I'll run out of stamina before I can get to it, and it's just kind of annoying.
Yeah,
So
seems a little unnecessary if anything. I mean, but it's okay.
it's a
Like,
nice little one. Some of them are like pretty big
yeah, I
later.
mean, it's nice, but I mean, I guess my point is like you could just walk between rooms. It's not like
Ugh,
a
you
big deal.
wouldn't.
If you're planning on speedrunning, you would have come prepared to speedrun.
You don't understand. When you get to the end and you're farming and you realize that the scav room is 3 rooms back, you don't want to walk.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to. I'm just saying it's not necessary, but I guess that's okay.
Anyway, next is general prep. So speed up growth time for Buchu, Gopar, and Noxifer. We'll have that one iron friend we raid with who clears the Gopar too early and has to play another while you're left to tap your watch and tut disappointedly. We could pretty easily cut down on these downtime periods if it's something you'd like. I think this is a really nice one. The time that it grows right now is really slow.
Yeah,
Someone else in Discord also pointed out that this means that anyone could pick herbs. If you don't know now, like if you have low farming, everyone will be like, do not touch the herbs because you make them deplete faster. Like you'll destroy the plant. So
okay.
now like potentially anyone can actually get the herbs.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do think the prep phases are too long.
Yeah, it definitely
It's
is.
like we know what you're doing. You're gonna waste time doing this. Why make it so long? So that's nice.
Yeah.
Another thing about general and supply drops is so they let all non-irons see supply drops from bosses if another non-iron dealt the most damage. So irons get this already. Non-irons have to pick the drops up and then drop them again.
It's really
Let's make
annoying.
them consistent.
Everyone starts leaving and you're like, wait, can you guys come back? And they just stand there and you're like, shift click. Oh, wait, let me pick up more. Shift click.
Nice.
Yeah.
That just seems like a regular quality of life thing.
Yes. This one I think is a huge quality of life one. So this is also regarding supply drops, but have regular supplies appear for other accounts when dropped. So similar to being able to easily drop supplies to teammates inside Theater of Blood, we want to make the same changes to Chambers, since it has neat applications for going fast in teams and can also come handy in a pinch. Like when you're an iron with no choice but to watch your teammates slowly succumb to the shaman's poison since they're unable to perceive the antidote you drop for them. If you don't know right now, Chambers, you drop a brew on the ground, it will never, ever, ever show for anyone else on your team. You have to go and trade them. So if you're dying mid-room, you can't like go and drop stuff. You have to be like, you can't, I mean, you could try to trade them, but like, you'll probably get smacked.
Yeah.
I've died at Muttadal so many times because of this.
And this does include a long list of things from brews and restores, sandfuse prayers, as well as all the divines.
Foods.
Yeah, regular foods, Guthic Rest, shout out. And
I know they said that yesterday when I was in the podcast room with the notes, and they're like, "Hey."
yeah, your regular foods like sharks and stuff, staminas, even phoenix necklaces
Yeah.
will be included.
Really a huge quality of life, that one.
Yeah. So moving on to scav drops. Adjust the scavs to always drop 2 what is that? Sicily, 4 stinkhorn mushrooms and 8 and darkened juices on death rather than dropping these secondaries randomly, which is probably never good.
Yeah.
So scav randomness can be a pain. We'd like to propose making them more consistent. Just loot 40 plus and darken juices at
No,
once.
wait, read that again.
The downside here is that your chances to just loot 40 plus in darkened juices at once are reduced, so this might work out a little less exciting if you're prepping for a large group. But I think it's better to know what you're walking into than just
Yeah.
getting lucky.
I was a little bit hesitant about this one at first, and then I realized that's because whenever I scav, I happen to get really lucky and get everything quickly. But sometimes people will be there for like 5 minutes because they haven't gotten any juice at all,
Yeah,
and they just have like a stack of everything else because they do
that's
drop in huge numbers.
I don't know about other people, but that's honestly probably one of my top favorite things about Theater of Blood. And Theater of Blood is my favorite raid, even though I don't have a lot of raiding experience.
Your
Um,
favorite to watch about and the mechanics and stuff.
well, just to play, I think it's the
Hmm.
most well done, and I think that a big reason of that is because of the consistency. Like
Yeah.
I know what I'm walking into, I know what to expect, and I can prepare for that, and I feel rewarded when I prepare for that.
I wonder what you would think of TOA because he was trying to learn solo chambers and stuff, and he did Interim of Top. TOA, he's the only one he hasn't actually tried.
Yeah, because I never did the quest.
Yeah, true. You have to do the quests on a hardcore too.
Yeah, good luck.
Next, another scav one. This one regarding shortcuts. So speed up the mining and woodcutting shortcuts to bring them a little more in line with the boulder shortcuts. As it stands, boulder shortcuts are the only one we see teams doing very often. The points offered by these isn't worth the time it takes, so we'd like to speed them up for those scenarios where you've got a pickaxe or axe on you. They are not even shortcuts. If you are mining, like you'll be there for a couple minutes, like especially if your entire team doesn't stop. Like people have been like halfway done at the next room and like I'm still mining, and I'm
Yeah.
like I wish I would have just ran around. That one's nice.
The next one that you actually skipped is actually scav drops.
Oh
So
yeah, whoops.
they make Malignum root planks stackable. We'd all like to make a prep a little bit smoother and spend less time weighing up which of our supplies to part with or decant just to make space. Why not cut down on some extra inventory management and streamline your prep a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah, so it just makes it take not as long, which is nice.
Yeah, I never have inventory for playing, so that's great.
Yeah.
Moving on to bosses in all the actual rooms now. So starting off with Tecton, reduce the defensive capabilities of Tecton in both regular and CM rates. We have a number of avenues to explore for this, which is arguably one of the most long-standing pain points about chambers. We're surveying all possibles for your feedback. So these are all different things that one of them may be implemented,
Yeah,
not all of
there's
these.
4 different things that they are contemplating.
Yeah. So Elder Maul hit reduced Tecton's defense by 5% of its current value. So for context, 7 Elder Maul hits would lead to a defense reduction greater than a Dragon Warhammer special attack, which adds up pretty quickly in groups. Next would be artificially guarantee the first Dragon Warhammer special attack against Tecton hit. Third, reduce Tecton's crush defense on his enraged form, the red one. And finally, prevent Tecton's defense from resetting when healing at the anvil.
Which one are you most interested in?
I don't know. I think I actually skipped this on the survey. I'm kind of okay. Let me describe Tecton a little bit. In CMs, if you don't kill Tecton fast enough, you reset the entire raid because it like decides whether or not you're gonna make time.
Yeah.
Wraith and I were trying to do a duo CM the
Oh,
other
I
week.
saw it, yeah.
Yeah, and we had to restart several times, and we just left and went to TOA because we could not get his defenses down enough.
Yeah.
So that makes me kind of lean towards the first two, but I also like his defense wouldn't reset when healing.
Yeah.
But then that probably the actually specking him down is more important because we kept missing. Like we didn't spec him down at all. He had nothing to even re-heal.
I was gonna say the first and the fourth seem to be like not even in contention. They are so much better than the other
The
two, in
Elder
my
Maul and
opinion.
the don't reset.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
I don't want to reduce his defense when he's enraged. Like that feels
the don't
weird.
resetting is not only just annoying, but also the fact that like it's a mechanic that punishes the player for not playing perfectly, which
Mhm.
never feels good
I don't even
unless
know.
it's
That's like I feel like that's RNG too. Like you can't even play it perfectly because like he could come back and you could spec and you'll just miss. You know, it's just all RNG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, also like he'll go back more often if you mess up.
Oh yeah, no, he keeps going back. He's so
Yeah, so
annoying.
that's what I meant. Like, obviously, if
Yeah.
you play
Okay.
perfectly, it's a much better chance of you not having to deal with that so
Yeah.
often. And then the first one, I think, is by far the best option because one, it gives the Elder Maul a reason to not be the worst item in the game, and
It's the worth like 12 mil.
It's
it's a mega rare.
it is a terrible
From
item.
like the hardest raid to get purples, it's a mega rare.
Yeah. And it has no special uses.
I think
The
it's used
only
in
time, yeah, the
PvP.
only time it's ever used is for like a potential knockout weapon,
Yeah.
but even then, it's just probably not worth it.
Yeah. I
So
had one in LMS and I was using it the entire time and now I realized that was not the go. That
no.
was not the go to.
So that's pretty cool. And also, I mean, if it could potentially be too strong though, I don't know if they're gonna allow you to stack the Elder Maul reduction with the Dragon War Maul or with a Bando spec.
I feel like there would have to be a limit somewhere.
Yeah.
Because they don't mention a limit, but like I'm
I
assuming.
think there is a limit,
Yeah,
right?
and
There
they never would let you like stack it Stevens to 0 or
Yeah,
something.
there's almost always a limit, even if
Yeah.
they don't say there is. So, like, people have figured out what the limits are.
You know what else I liked about the Elder Maul one actually? Because they're saying it would only be a Tecton, you know? Because some people were like, they should just give this to it everywhere, which might be like too
That
much.
is way too strong.
Yeah, I think it's a little too much. I don't know if it would necessarily be stronger than Dragon Warhammer, but it's a mega rare, so it's like I don't know, it's just a different vibe.
I think,
But
yeah,
the thing that people were pointing out was like how TOA, the Shadow is stronger in TOA, the Fang is stronger in TOA. I mean the Scythe I think might be better in Top. I don't know for sure.
the Scythe is really good in top. It's really
Yeah.
good against the last boss and bloat.
Yeah. So for those ones I know, like you want to have your weapons that are rewarded be like really good from where they come from. Like the T-bow is also really, really good with Olm. So for me, like it makes sense for the Elder Maul to be the go-to because I see people go with the Elder Maul when they have a lot of money and they happen to have room for an Elder Maul. But everyone else just takes a Dragon Warhammer,
Yeah,
which is not relevant to Chambers at all. So I do like it because it would make it more relevant.
yeah, I agree. That's
Mhm.
exactly why I thought so as well, because it gives Elder Maul purpose,
Yeah.
because
And
currently
it's
it
a
doesn't have
mega
one.
rare. It needs to have a purpose.
Yeah.
There's not enough PvPers for it to like raise the value.
Moving on to the
Crabs.
next two things are just people love these next two things. So we have crabs and ice demon. So for crabs, they are preventing splashing on crabs. While it's niche, there are rare scenarios where you fire a magic projectile and it's at the last possible tick, so you're waiting for the approval of your teammates, only for you to splash and watch the white orb slowly float along.
Hate it.
And then you have to just do it all over again.
Yup.
So no more
They
splashing.
they even say like the niche rare scenarios that happens like anytime I am trying to use a shadow but I'm still wearing my melee gear. I splash.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. I made a short recently of like us just like messing with crabs a lot one night and you could see me like I was hitting a crab like 3 times the entire time it was coming over to me in the other side of the room and I kept splashing over and over and I never got it.
Damn.
So that's an obvious. I feel like if you hit it with the attack style, it needs to change.
Yeah, that shouldn't be part of the difficulty, quote unquote, of the room.
Mm-hmm. Next up from crabs as well, remove attack delay after hitting a crab. So removing this delay, similar to jugs at the back or pillars at the path is scabrous inside TOA, makes it easier to gather up crabs, correct your mistakes, or to make some last minute color changes for a clutch solver too.
Yeah, this makes sense.
I feel like I don't really notice a delay, but once it's changed, I feel like the crab ones are so obvious that they're gonna be changed without issue.
Yeah.
I feel like then I'll be like, oh wow, you know what? This is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of nice, we have changes that I think people have been wanting since literally the
This
release.
never occurred to me, and it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's so obvious.
So this is for Ice Demon, and it's to make kindling stackable up to a stack of 28.
Yep.
So same reason as the planks, less banking, more chopping. So obviously, everyone hates Ice Demon because you have to drop your entire inventory.
Yeah,
in
you
order
have to
for
bank
you-
everything that you have.
Yeah, so you have to get rid of it all and then get 2 stacks of wood or whatever it is. And so it's just really annoying.
You know what else is annoying that I brought up on the Gothic Rest podcast that I feel like people don't point out as much? Maybe this is just because I'm a streamer who doesn't pay attention to the game because I'm talking in chat. So frequently, I have a full inventory and I go deposit it, and the ice team is released, and I have to go and manually click and drop every single thing in my inventory before grabbing my gear again.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time. I know that's a skill issue, but still, it'd be nice for that to not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the next one is also for Ice Demon.
I was like, no way he's gonna steal mine. This one would reduce Ice Demon's magic defense. Particularly in CMs, even fire spells can prove pretty inaccurate versus Ice Demon.
Which is weird.
That's like his whole thing. It's fire spells. He's ice.
Yeah.
We'd like to reduce this Frosty Fellow's magic defense, which is also one of the only instances in OS of an NPC using its defense levels for its magic defense rule, neat, to improve the potency of bringing the correct equipment.
Yeah, because currently I still think it's a really good strategy to bring the blowpipe, even though he's supposed to be
I
weaker
just bring my
to
boba.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. I don't want them to reduce it like too much, like I don't want it to be like too easy, which I doubt that it would be,
I think
but
they should just straight up add like a unique modifier to be like he is weak to fire spells.
yeah, some of them have like specific things like Calphi Queen specifically weak to like the weapon from TOA. Karis.
Yeah. But that's more of like that's good against all scarabs, so
Oh,
they don't
that's
have to like
true.
program something specific.
Yeah,
They should just be like
specifically Ice Demon.
somehow program it for Ice Demon where it's like his defenses are his defenses, and then it like checks and is like if fire spell minus 500 magic defense or
Yeah,
something like that.
true.
Yeah, just something like simple like that. Obviously, it'd be much more difficult than that, but I mean, I think that'd be cool because that obviously would just do the same thing that they're trying to incentivize here.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, you
either
don't
way.
want to totally reduce his magic because then everyone's just gonna bring a shadow.
Yeah, exactly.
I would just bring a shadow.
That's why I was like specifically fire
Yeah,
spells.
I like that.
Also, Ice Demon, they added herb lore secondaries, so in Darkened Juice, Stinkhorns, and Sicilies in significant quantities as a drop. So this may seem a little bit out of left field, and we'd absolutely be open to making the change or making other changes, but we wanted to experiment with alternate means of making the room a little bit more appealing. So,
Yeah.
because I mean, everyone hates Ice Demons.
Well, they even
So-
said like Vanguard's is the no prep room, so Ice Demon could maybe be the prep room, which I think that people would be more likely to because the scavs aren't going to be dropping in huge amounts anymore, and you get points from Ice Demon anyway. So some people might be like, "All right, we're just going to scav by killing Ice Demon."
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, because at first I actually didn't like that until I read the description on it.
Yeah. This next one's really nice. Too.
Yeah, this one is another one just like Ice Demon. It's so obvious. It's for thieving. Make grubs stackable up to a cap of 28.
Yep.
It's just the
Pretty
easiest thing
simple.
that I literally never thought about. So you don't have to go and bank your stuff again.
Yep. Pretty simple.
Having to bank your stuff mid raid is really weird.
Yeah. And also something that is kind of just like a 5-head move.
Mhm.
Guarantee a minimum of 1 grub if you successfully open a chest. Obviously, there was a chance to get none, which just makes
I
no
mean,
sense.
more than a chance. It felt like a guarantee at times, several in a row. Getting
Yeah.
0 and you're like, oh my god.
So even though you might not get many, you might get one.
It's
It's
better
still
than nothing.
more than none.
Yeah. Moving on to Vanguards. Standardize and adjust the supply drops offered by Vanguards. We gave Vanguards a guaranteed Overload Plus drop a while ago, but the room still has a good bit of variance and can be the difference between a deathless run or a dead run for people just getting into no prep rates. Our current proposal is to adjust their drops to be static and look something like this. So you would automatically get a 1 guaranteed overload, no matter what, this next part. But for melees, you would get 2 Xerix aids and Elder Plus. Range, you'd get 1 Xerix aid, 2 Revites, and 1 Twisted Plus. And then magic, you would get 1 Xerix aid, 1 Prayer Enhance, and a Kodai Plus. So the Elder, Twisted, and Kodai you could mix together to make another overload.
Yeah. And they do preface that along with this guaranteeing an overload, like you said, there's still a chance for random drops, including more overloads.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, speaking of overloads, we have Vasa.
You said this last week?
Yeah,
It's obvious.
Kind of makes sense. They make it so Vasa now has a guaranteed overload plus.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty obvious.
It makes sense. So much
Yeah.
sense.
This is a fairly common suggestion, is what they said.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah. I think it was weird. Like I was talking about it how before because you want to do Tecton, you want to do Mud because they always drop supplies, and you're like, yeah, those are the big rooms. The other ones are also bosses, and I'm like, why? Why are those the big rooms? They're all supposed to be the same
Nope.
kind of rooms. They're all
They
just
just
combat
made it
rooms.
that way.
Yeah, for no reason. So
Yep.
it'll be nice to not feel like they have to be in there for overloads. There's another Vasa change though. So adjust Vasa's defensive capabilities. Similar to Tecton, we've a couple of suggestions here. 2 that stand out the most, which we're asking about in this survey. So option 1, reduce the range defense of both regular and CM Vasa. Or option 2, adjusting Vasa's healing mechanic so that it only heals if you don't destroy a crystal in time. Because at this time, it's healing the entire time that you are hitting the crystal.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a DPS issue. Like you literally can't win because
Yeah.
it's out healing. That's happened to me a lot.
Yeah, the second one just seems by far
That
the
seems,
most obvious.
yeah, I'm way more down for that than the range defense thing.
Yeah, because I mean, that just means that you have to do the fight correctly
Yeah.
and then you get rewarded for it, which is how it should work.
They even point out though, like, ever since the blowpipe nerf of 2021, back when we started the podcast, that Vossa has felt like a little bit of a gear check in CMs and regular raids. So they want to take him down a notch so that anyone could give him a go. Because as is now too, like, we've gone and been like, oh, are we okay with Vossa? Oh, we don't have anyone with the T-Bow? Never mind, we're not gonna do Vossa.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Cool.
you just get stuck in a cycle over and over of it, going to the crystals and healing, and it's like, okay, we just need to leave.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of more cool things, we have Mudadials. So they reduced the variance of chopping the meat tree, Dimitri, at Mudadials. So pretty cool.
Dimitri.
Again, just makes it more consistent, kind of like a lot of the other changes. For example, at 90 wood cutting, you'll be rolling between 40 and 50 damage rather than between 0 and 90. So you'll have a lower high end, but you'll be much
consistent,
more consistent. Obviously, having a 40 low end is a lot higher than 0.
Yes.
So should be more consistent.
It kind of reminds me of like a Fang a little bit, having like a guaranteed minimum.
Yes.
Why do I feel like someone told me that? I don't know. Another Mudadials. Remove Mudadials' damage immunity when eating from the tree. This includes the immunity gained when frozen just before eating from the tree. I didn't notice this until like last week.
Yes.
I thought we were just always hitting zeros.
No.
And someone said something about the immunity, and I was like, wait, what? I thought we
Yeah.
were just weak.
As
So
soon as you would go over to the tree, you just like sit there and like hang
well,
out.
yeah, but I mean, when freezing him when he's next to the tree, I didn't realize that he was immune.
Yeah.
But they say we think a change like this might make DPS rushing feel slightly better, but primarily will make well-timed freezes feel really impactful. It's very frustrating to freeze and you can't hit it, and he just sits there and it's like, why did I even freeze you?
Yep.
Currently, it's possible to freeze both of the Mudadials just as they're about to head to the tree, resulting in them nulling all damage for a short while. Even though they won't go back to the tree, being rewarded with a bunch of zeros doesn't feel good, and this change means you'll be properly rewarded for bringing the right kit, while also giving you an avenue to speed up the room. Huge. That's just obvious.
Yeah. Another obvious one, or at least for anyone that's done Mudadials, feels obvious. They reduce the damage taken by players at Mudadials. So you can stop wondering where this one is now. Ultimately, Mudadials
I like this.
hitting like a train carrying other trains and depriving you of all your Ceradoma brews or Xerix aids doesn't feel great either. We have a number of potential approaches to take. So you can either reduce their attack speed, lower their max hit, increase the damage reduction offered by correct protection, or our personal favorite, make the Mudadials attacks more predictable. Only let them change styles after X attacks with the previous style, increasing how likely they are to use the previous style.
I don't want them to actually lower the max hit. I don't want them to reduce the speed. I like the last two the most. My favorite is to increase the damage reduction when you're praying the correct thing. That's just like how it's just like less what's it called when it hits through prayer? Like crit damage? No, that's not right.
No.
What is it? I don't know. There's a term for it.
Yeah, I have no
It
I have no
doesn't
idea.
feel as bad if you're praying the correct thing. Like it shouldn't hit you as hard. That's just obvious.
But
to
it's
me.
still relatively random, which I'm not a big fan of.
I didn't know that they had different attack styles, so I read this. Well, everyone only prays range.
Well, yeah, because it's
random.
You can't really tell.
Yeah, so I do like the last one too.
Yeah, and it's not like, as far as I understand, it's not one, it's difficult to tell, and two, I mean, I could be wrong on this. I think I just heard this somewhere that like it's
You can't predict it.
even if you see it and you switch in time, it's not like how
It's too late.
It's not like how TOA is, where
Yes.
if you see the ones in Kefri's room, you can predict it, or in
Wardens.
Yeah, or Wardens, or in the Gator room, you can see those and be like, oh, I need a switch, and then you switch and it protects you.
That's something that's like, but just throwing you off with trying to learn prayer ticking or prayer flicking is
Yeah.
that everyone's like different with that. Like TOA, you can change in your time, and
Yeah.
then Vorkath, if you change, they're like, nah, he counts it as soon as he throws it before
Yeah,
you
yeah.
switch, and I'm
Yep.
like,
You have
I
to
don't
know.
get it. It throws me off so much.
So
But yeah, that's
yeah.
a nice one too.
Maybe being a Vorkath Andy that has done a lot of it, the fourth one seems more interesting, because then
You would have liked to have been able to do that Vorkath.
Well, it's the same. It's the same as Vorkath. So like
Yeah.
every so
Oh,
often.
the specials.
Well, it's it says that letting them change styles after a certain amount of attacks
Mhm.
with the previous style. So this is exactly how it is in kind of how it is in Vorkath, more
I was
how
about
it
to
is
say,
at
like,
CG.
okay, I thought you were gonna say that's how it is for sure, and I was like, have I not been switching prayers when I should be switching prayers?
No, well, oh no, not at Vorkath. Sorry, I was thinking of the special attacks at Vorkath.
The every 7, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And you could see my face. I was like, I just stayed with one prayer.
yeah. More realistically, this is a lot like CG.
It is, yeah.
So
I like
I
that.
like that because then obviously I still feel like that's like, oh, there's a correct way to do this room,
Yeah.
as opposed to like, hopefully I don't die.
Yeah,
You
it just
know?
like hits you.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, technically you could get unlucky and it hits you off prayer, like on the opposite prayer every time, and
Hmm.
you would just die anyways. But the chances of that happening is like, I don't know, probably really low.
Something that I wish that they'd added that they're not gonna add to this blog. I don't know if this would make it too easy, potentially. I want them to add something like this to Ulm. Not necessarily timed. I think Ulm should be like wardens where you can tell what's about to do and pray correctly if you're paying attention. Because as is now, Ulm is another one that's random. Like it will do like the Jad prayers. Like you'll be like, oh, I just got hit by mage. Let me pray mage. Oh, I just got hit by range and just go back and forth and keep getting smacked 30s over and
Yeah.
over.
I think there may be, and this is me going out on a stretch because I don't know if I really believe this. I
Hmm.
think there may be a time and place for random damage.
Hmm.
But so maybe if they're doing that with a purpose, maybe they're like, we want you to get messed up during this phase, then I could potentially see where they're coming from. I still don't like it because it's
You could
like
be doing everything right and
it,
still die.
yeah, like things that have close to zero outplay potential in
Hmm.
games feel bad and they seem like you just don't know what you're doing as a
Yeah.
designer.
I never really thought about it until Ray said something about like talking about CMs. He's like, yeah, it sucks that you could just like be getting hit over and over again because there's no way to change like
Yeah.
your prayer.
Yeah, that's why I mean like CG is really tough and can be annoying, but it's never because you got unlucky.
Yeah, it's because you did it wrong.
Yeah, it's literally just that. It's cuz it's a skill issue. You
Yeah.
weren't good at that
I
time.
got my third CG KC and I did it with tier 1 armor.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. That's really good.
Eileen had me try with tier 1 like 5 times for doing sponsors and I finally got on the last one.
Yeah,
Thanks, Eileen.
it's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, anyway, sorry, we got a little distracted there. Next up is Vespula. Was it me or you?
You can go.
Okay. So another obvious one, add a guaranteed overload drop from Vespula.
Yeah.
Another fairly common suggestion. This gives experienced players more viable choices of first rooms when scouting for speedy money layouts
Yeah.
and provides more overloads as drops throughout the raid for small groups.
Because like you mentioned last week, Vespula is
So fast.
not a very tough room. It's just not very rewarding.
It would be a little bit easier. So the method right now is the redemption method, and you're gonna actually really like the jokes that they made about Vespula, but they might make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, so they tweaked Vespula's mechanics without impacting the redemption method. So anyone that was doing that, you should be still good to go,
Yes.
probably. So they went on and asked 100 raiders how to do Vespula without using redemption. 76 said they didn't know. 22 said they'd never seen Vespula and added that their mentor won't let them into the crabs room. And 2 people said they knew how but were probably lying.
I like the mentor in the crabs room because whenever I'm teaching people and it's crabs are like, what do I do? And I'm like, just stand outside.
Yeah. Ultimately, we'd like to make some adjustments to Vespula that might make taking it on in a more conventional sense feel a little bit better, but also add a little leniency to the current redemption meta. So you can either reduce damage from Vespula's regular attacks / poison, reduce the attack speed at which Vespine soldiers heal the Abyssal Portal, or increase the time taken for Vespine soldiers to grow.
Yes.
For me, because I actually don't even know the redemption method, I only know of one way to kill Vespula, and
Which
it's
the grubs?
the
Or like grabbing the food and feeding them?
no, it's actually the what I mean that I technically guess is the
Yeah.
legit way, the way it's supposed to be done, but mine is just flinching the portals.
Well, oh, that is the redemption method, but you flinch it while also praying redemption.
Yeah,
You're
no.
doing like a different redemption version.
Yeah, the part that I never did the redemption thing.
What do you do instead? Do you pray?
Yeah, you pray and you just like tank the damage.
Oh, and then just eat.
Yeah.
So you're using more brews. Yeah, the redemption's just like you don't use any brews really.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
whenever I
it's about the same.
learned, I learned by, well, I watched a few videos, but one of the main ones was Sync because I knew that Sync had a lot, is kind of an understatement, of kills
Chambers.
at Chambers, so I was kind of following his, and I think if I remember his video, he just flinched it with a long range staff at the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't, yeah, I don't think redemption was the method back then. I could be misremembering, but I don't think it was.
It's about the same as the redemption method, except for you're praying a different thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Instead of taking restores, you're taking brews.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so which one do you like the most? They
Because
don't
of,
they don't say it would only be one, but I'm assuming it'd only be one.
yeah, because of the way I learned, I would say the third.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. That's the increase the time taken for the soldiers to grow. There's nothing worse than when you mess up this method and they start growing and they hatch. If you don't like in Vespula, if those things hatch, it's a wipe. Like you
Yeah, it is.
literally reset the
Yep.
raid. We've done that before. Vespula is the last room, and it is so incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, so if you get unlucky or don't have really good gear, then
Or if you're learning.
or if you're learning, that it can be very punishing
Yeah.
because I mean you'll just lose. There's nothing to do about it.
I don't know if this was always a thing, but there's actually a tile that you run on whenever you first come in the room, and it basically makes it so you run to this tile first, immediately shoot the portal, and then those things will never hatch for whatever reason. I
Okay.
don't know why. All I know is I have a tile mark because someone told me shoot your bofa here.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the thing. Moving on to the Great Olm, we have two more left. So first, add a cooldown between healing pools attacks during Olm's final phase. So those are those little pools that light up that you have to go and stand on them. Otherwise, you take damage and he heals.
Yeah.
So simple enough. It can get a little annoying running from pool to pool to pool when you're just trying to find yourself getting to a nice rhythm. So we like to add a little timer between them. As
Yeah.
is now, sometimes they will be like literally immediate. You're standing on one, the next one drops, you just keep running.
Especially if you've already had a tough time and or maybe wiped and you don't have any more staminas, then this can be
That's true. If you're
even more
doing,
annoying.
speaking of staminas, if you're in like a solo, the next one.
Yeah. So they say limit the distance away from each player at which a portal can spawn during Ohm's portals, special when soloing.
Yes.
So this is specifically when soloing. A little wordy, but hopefully you get the gist. If you're solo, Ohm's portal specials places a portal somewhere in the room, and
Anywhere it
occasionally this
wants.
can be in what I like to call Africa. So it is pretty far away and will take you essentially 3 lifetimes to run there. And like I said, if you've been having some trouble, then
If you're out
you
of stamina
might not have any
walking,
more stamina.
you're gonna get tellied and just die.
Yeah. So yeah, this
This
seems
one's
like a obvious change.
a lot of people actually don't like this one because they think it
Okay.
makes it too easy if you're in a solo. I don't. I think they could lower it by a little bit. I don't do solo Olm, so I don't even know if I answered this question to be honest. But I remember once doing a solo and you could see like the highlight under you, and I could not find the portal in the room because it was in the back corner on the opposite side of the room. And I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to find the other portal and got smacked. So because of that,
Yeah.
I would like it.
I can see that. I can see that being a legitimate concern,
That's too
but the
easy.
thing is, I think that's a legitimate concern for someone that has over 200 KC.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you have less than 200 KC, and that's just an arbitrary number I made up, so it could be more, it could be less,
Yeah.
more than likely more, um, then you'll be grateful that this happened
Mm-hmm.
because this is something that, like me being able to like do Vorkath in my sleep, comes with time,
Yeah.
but learning
It's a
is
steep learning
not
curve.
fun.
Yeah. I do like it, but yeah, I understand people's concerns, but for selfish reasons, I like it.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, that is our table of everything that's on the table for chambers. But the aim of these is to make some less popular rooms feel like more of a choice than a chore. So when we come back to visiting custom raid layouts, it feels a little less like we're offering you a way to circumvent the bad bits of the raid. Instead, like you're being given agency over the whole range of actual choices. We say it every blog, but again, we really value your feedback. We're doing a survey. I actually did the survey and I would recommend you guys do it. But yeah, until then, until next time, good luck on the games and happy escaping. I'm
Yep.
really happy about this. Everyone is really happy about this in
Yeah.
general.
Seems like a lot of these aren't really contentious, more as they are common sense.
Yeah, especially like the crops ones. Some are a little more spicy, like Tecton and Mudded Owls. People are less sure about, but
Yeah.
some are so
sure.
obvious.
Yeah, a
Just-
lot of them just seem like, oh, so you're just making it how it probably should have been.
yeah. I love That's how you know it's a good quality of life thing is whenever you go to read it and you're like, oh yeah, why has this not always been a thing? Like
Yeah.
if that's your first thought, you know it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
But we can move on to our Q&A. Oh, you have it on here?
Yes.
I was pulling up on my phone. I actually have it in my messages with Nunu because I sent them to her.
Oh, wow.
I stacked them all into one place. So I already answered these at the end of the episode. You'll hear in like 2 hours. We were talking for so long. It was so much fun. But Robert, you get to answer them now.
I have some questions to answer. It's
Yes.
my time.
So starting out with RuneScape, there'll be one
Questions
in real
with
life.
Rober. This is the section.
She asked, what is your absolute favorite memory in OSRS? Also, I love you both, which I'm assuming is all about you.
True, 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 true. I am big enough for 2 people, so makes sense.
Okay.
Anyways, though, what's your absolute favorite memory in OSRS? I think I've said this before, but it's my favorite because it's also the most nostalgic. Is actually literally any time I start a new account.
I love making new accounts. They're so much fun.
Specifically the 5 minutes after getting off of Tutorial Island.
There's so much to do.
Yeah, no matter what
Like,
I
I feel
do.
like I could cry because thinking about it's so nostalgic.
Yeah. No matter what account I get or what account I'm playing on, it still feels like the first time, like getting off the island and being like, all right, this is cool. The music kicks in and it's, you know, the OG classic.
It's my favorite music.
Still banging, you know, 20 years later.
Yeah.
And
even the composer's in prison.
Yeah, unfortunate.
That's a different
shout
thing.
out. Not really.
No, we're not gonna do shout out for him.
But yeah, probably just that.
Yeah, that was such a good answer. Actually, I'm excited for leagues to kind of like get to redo it, like a different set of rules again. That'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And I will not answer. I was about to. Next is from Laser. What do you think of quest bosses that you can refight for better times having a pet drop? For example, Fragment of Saren and Galvic. This is the one that I said to Robert, and you, Laser, said something about be spicy, and Robert's face was. So what do you think, spicy little guy?
The thing is,
This is stupid, and I hate RuneScape.
No, the thing is, this is a good question, but also I feel like people that are asking this question have other things they could probably focus on.
Wow. Robert just told you, Laser, that you need to stop thinking about this and you're obsessed.
No, it's because I think about this so little because I feel like the only time this is a legitimate thought is if you have all the pets. And you're like,
True.
all right, I wish they came out with more pets. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I mean, you have, you know, the 40, whatever, 50 pets.
And 50 something now.
Yeah, and like, all right, cool. You need something to do. Yeah, this would be cool. But for most people, it's like, not, this is like kind of, because I kind of think of like them adding this to the game wouldn't add anything to the game.
Okay.
Like this isn't new content. This is content as old as time.
Yeah.
You know, DT2, right?
I don't want to say my answers. I'll tell you later, but
it's not like it's like stuff that, and then people that have already done this quest a million years ago are gonna, like, if they want the pet, they have to go all the way back, which is like weird. It's not like these bosses are difficult. They're difficult at the time because it's the first time you've seen them, but
going back, maybe not.
Going back, it's like, all right,
especially depending on your gear, if you have like a shadow and stuff. Like,
yeah, honestly, like elite mobs in Slayer Task are more difficult than these 2 bosses.
I don't know.
Depending on which ones you go against.
Yeah.
Okay, go against a gargoyle elite. That thing will kill you.
Saren gets you down to like 1 hit point, and that is terrifying for a second.
Yeah, and then you just heal back. The gargoyle doesn't let you heal back; he just kills you.
I don't want to argue right now.
All right, so shout out to the first hardcore Iron Man that got the Zuck helmet. He died.
Was that Mutz?
He died to an elite abyssal demon.
Oh yeah, that just happened?
Yes.
Yeah. Oof.
Those things are way more difficult to kill than Saren and Galvic. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like a flex. It doesn't add anything to the game. So I really don't like the idea of it.
What about going forward?
Going forward, sure. You know,
I didn't answer that later, but going forward, I like it because they kind of did a DT2.
Yeah, going forward, sure. You know, if there's like if like the boss leading up to TOA was like a zombie and you got like a little zombie to follow you, whatever. You know, I couldn't care less about pets in general to begin with, and then them adding it and making for like some arbitrary boss, I don't care.
Yeah.
So that's cool, but I don't want them to spend like a ton of extra time going back, and it's like, oh goodness, don't get me started.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Next up is from Wraith. What in-game experience was the biggest reality check for you? I thought learning Tob would be as fun as learning Chambers. Boy, was I wrong. For whatever reason, they designed Tob to be such an awful experience for the uninitiated. Finding a team as someone with no experience is nearly impossible. Finding a mentor willing to take learners is rare. Finding solid players to raid with who aren't toxic is a struggle. The content rewards players who take unnecessary risk and penalizes the entire team for each other's mistakes. It's not very social because it requires constant attention and little room for error. It's the first time I realized that there was content in this game that might be out of reach. Side note, Wraith can now do top though.
Yes.
Yeah, we got these questions from Wraith literally in April, and there's a lot of them. We're still answering them.
Yeah. So now Wraith is more experienced at Theater of Blood.
At one point in time,
Yes.
he cried while typing this though.
Okay.
Tears streaming.
It's funny because him bringing up Theater of Blood and this question, I think, is kind of funny and kind of ironic because I would have to say the same,
Yeah,
but for a completely different reason.
because you can't solo it.
No,
Is that it? Okay.
no.
I wanted to
So
guess.
the biggest reality check after doing Theater of Blood,
The entry.
the entry, and realizing that this is the type of content that I enjoy, and that this content is like too difficult for most people, and that they'll never come out with content similar to this again, made me feel like I'll never like the combat in this game, and that's when I stopped liking it.
Oh, did doing entry mode top ruin your RuneScape career?
I really liked doing top
Aw, little
because
Topper.
it reminds me
Topper
a
Robber.
lot of playing in high-end World of Warcraft.
Oh, really?
Well, in high-end World of Warcraft, you're playing with 20 people. The fight is balanced for 20 people. If all 20 of you don't play the fight perfectly, you lose. There's no like, oh, a couple guys died. No, you lose.
Once you play your hardcore more like years from now, would you go to like top on a hardcore?
I mean, maybe, but
You'd want to practice maybe on my account first.
I mean, maybe, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's not like it's something I seek. It's
Yeah.
just the thing that I noticed I did enjoy the most.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it's very similar to, like I said, what the thing I had most fun with, which was high-end World of Warcraft raiding,
Yes.
because of the exact things that Wraith didn't like, which I thought was funny. And those are the things I enjoy, you know, everyone working together, and it doesn't take just one person.
Yeah.
Because at that point, why don't you just solo the boss, you know, or just duo the boss, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But like the fact that everyone came together and worked together and knew what they were doing to get to, you know, the end, it's a little bit different because you usually don't kill the boss 1,000 times in World of Warcraft, so it's a little bit different.
Grinding the single drop.
Yeah, but it's a similar feeling. So that's
Yeah.
kind of when I think I started liking combat less, because I knew it would never be what I liked.
Yeah, I never really thought about it, but you were like very into combat actually. I remember you like doing Vorkath and talking about wanting to learn raids, and I was so scared of any of that stuff, and now I've totally switched.
Yeah.
Like what we do. That's interesting. Two more RuneScape questions. These ones are more like, what do you think about them?
Sure.
So the first is from Hariger. It's time to party with the trolls. A new bowling alley is introduced in Trollheim,
Nice.
where players can challenge each other to a test of strength, range, and smithing in a wagering bowling event.
Brother, this is such a good idea.
Okay, hold your thought. Players can challenge each other in the lobby where they wager, just like in the duel arena. Then strength and range determine the likelihood of taking a good shot in the bowling alley, and smithing contributes to the creation of your own bowling balls. I imagine this being a very unpopular minigame after a week, so maybe it can be some sort of anniversary event for the introduction of Trollheim into the game. And then Harger had an epiphany. Actually, that's a better idea than the idea I just proposed. What about some sort of special event for big anniversaries for updates? Like an anniversary God Wars dungeon that Zamrock himself crashes for a short time. Stuff like that. Thoughts? Okay, so first,
No,
troll.
the second idea sucks. The first one is great though.
Okay, elaborate on both of those, please.
Because this is exactly stuff I've harped on before, where there are not social ways to be in the game besides standing there.
Bank standing.
Bank standing, standing in your guild hall, whatever you're doing, you're just standing there. doing either nothing or skilling.
Yeah.
But there's like, oh, you're gonna go to the GE and go play chess against someone. Wow, that sounds fun. And wait, what are you gonna make? Like 5,000 GP? Like,
You're a bully.
come on, brother. Yeah,
Robert's
this
making fun of anyone who uses the games in the GE right now.
this sounds cool because one, they could take the chance and like actually have it so that you're staking something.
I was gonna say, isn't it staking though? I know you're not a fan of that normally.
Yeah, but like up to a limit, you know, like
Yeah.
not, oh, I just got rich doing 15 10 bill stakes. Like no, like I don't know, like 5 or 10 mil, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean there's already tons of bots and tons of, you know, cheating in the game, so who cares? This would be like fun if you're all like, oh, I bet you I can smoke you at bowling for like 15 mil.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that'd be hilarious. And also if they can make it so that it is like skill based, not skill point based, like you can
Mhm.
take out the range and the strength requirement and stuff like that. But if like it was working against you and you had to like overcome the I don't know like how they would do it, but
It's like in a casino, you have to work against the house.
no, like so that there was skill involved instead of like the bowl. I was thinking of bowling in like a first person. It like shows the alley,
Oh, you have to like
and then
point.
you have to
sorry,
like
hit the
throw
mic.
you have to like throw the ball, you know.
That's cute.
And so it'd be cool if like maybe the weight of the ball was so heavy it's like working against you because you're like a
Okay.
weak little person. This is for trolls or something.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to like actively work against the weight of the ball and then throw it
Mhm.
so that there's actually, you know, some kind of skill involved. I think that would be really cool.
I love how excited
And
you
make
got
it like a
about this.
location that you can teleport to. Make sure that there's like some stuff there so like you're not only going there for that, but like people could be like, maybe there's like a unlimited campfire, so people could be like burning logs or cooking
Mhm.
or, you know, doing whatever they do in addition to watching people bowl.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Let's make it like a social thing because there's
Okay. There
it
really
is
isn't anything other
so
than being standing.
bothering to me that this MMO has like zero social aspects to it.
Yeah, because you're always in your other games talking to people and stuff. You would not want mics in this game.
No, I wouldn't want mics in this game, but yeah, there's like no reason to talk to other people
Mhm.
unless you're joining a clan chat to go raid.
Yeah, sometimes people will type to me and I'm just like, oh, we could do that. I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, and that problem's not unique to RuneScape either.
Yeah. Randomly me saying something about a casino reminded me. You'll have to remind me of this. Dating the silly Billy that he is said whenever we're in Vegas to remind him, and he's gonna send me $100 that he wants me to use on roulette and take a video.
All in.
Yeah, I have to go all in.
Well, I was actually
But I
talking
get to
about
keep it if
this.
I win,
I was talking
so-
about this at work, and I would much rather just do
Go all in.
5 sets of $20 on 5 different numbers and then be like, all right, cool, I lost.
Yeah.
Or all right, cool, I won 2 times 36, you know, 20 times 36, and now I can just leave.
I'd rather do multiples as well, but I think dating wants me to go all in. And if it's his money, then like
I mean, you could
I'll do it for the meat. I'll waste someone else's money.
You could do 100 on black. You'd still have a 50% chance of winning.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But,
there's no, you don't have to take the 1 in 36 odds.
Yeah, no, I definitely would not.
Yeah.
I want to do, yeah. I've never done roulette before. I'm
But
gonna be like,
if
what do
you
I
hit-
do?
Then that's almost 4 grand. So I mean, that's kind of good.
I needed to clarify that this would be my money. Correct. I get to keep any winnings. The credit card paid off. Easy. Actually, not even. Almost. We're not that bad. Anyway, next question. This one is from Matt. What do you think about a new Grandmaster Ham quest? It'll be the largest Slayer quest to date and involves helping the Ham followers get revenge on an army of monsters that invaded and burned their hideout. In order to fight the monster's army, you must seek the advice and training from the new highest requirement Slayer master in the game. As a reward of the quest completion, you unlock new Slayer techniques and monsters, the new Slayer master, the gilded ham robes, and the ham burger recipe, which is a new goblin meat burger recipe requiring high cooking. Thoughts?
Yeah, this is not good.
No?
I mean, okay. If we took this into real world context,
I'm not going to say my thoughts because I say my thoughts later.
yeah, if we took this into real world
But
context,
Matt,
it'd be
you're
like,
on the wrong side of
all right,
history,
cool.
man.
So you're gonna go help the triple letter homies down south because you need to take revenge against an army, and then they give you a a sandwich made out of your homies. Like, this just sounds crazy.
I'll do split for mine. I think we're on the wrong team for this quest.
Yeah,
I like that the rewards are like cool and make sense for the team side of it. Comp of meat. I don't
yeah.
want to say too much of what I think, but
No, I think the gilded ham robes would be kind of cool if you like role reverse this and you're all like, all right, they came out with the new Grand Wizard ham member and you gotta slay him and he does some crazy stuff and he's actually a cool boss fight.
yeah,
And then you take his gilded robes and you can wear them or whatever. Or like maybe you pimp them out into like the goblin version of gilded robes
yeah,
to like, flex on all the other ham members that like you killed their grand wizard or whatever. Then that would be cool. But yeah, definitely not whatever this is.
the lore would have to
Actually, the
change.
exact opposite of what this is would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Too. I read gobble me and I said, what?
Yeah. No.
Anyway, we have a couple of in real life questions. You know what? I'm actually going to answer this one because I forgot to ask Nunu this one as well. Matt asked, "What is your favorite vegan burger?" You are gonna hate his answer. Mine is kidney bean patty.
Yeah, I don't like beans, unfortunately.
Yeah, at least it's not black bean. That could be worse. That's
I
his
mean,
least
they're all
favorite,
the same to me.
except for
Um,
garbanzo beans.
yeah, this is pretty easy. Mostly because I don't have one. I really don't care as long as it's like one of the like the fake meats is fine.
We like the beefy ones.
Yeah, so like any of the fake meat ones are fine, whether it's store brand or whatever recipe the fast food place has cooked up. I don't care as long as it's more of that genre.
Mhm.
I don't like beans. I mean, I kind of would mess around with like a full veggie one, but it would kind of be disappointing.
Yeah, they. I feel like those are more sandwiches, not burgers, and I don't know exactly why I think that.
Yeah. I mean, surely, we're coming up on the technology, aka seasoning, to make a veggie patty taste, more realistic. That being said, I've never had one that was even remotely good, or, I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna like
we
pretend it
had
was convincing.
we had some cauliflower pesto patties, but like
Those are
those,
good.
they weren't like burgers.
No, they're good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no. Yeah, so like I said,
You don't have a favorite?
I don't really have a favorite. I mean, honestly,
We know I have brand
I
loyalty.
personally prefer slightly the taste of Beyond over Impossible, and it's not for its realism. I just like the taste of it.
They do have a very specific seasoning for Beyond.
Yeah,
I love Beyond for spaghetti and tacos, and I like Impossible for burgers. And whenever we do the opposite, it always throws me off because the
yeah,
seasoning in them is very different. And I've always
yeah.
liked burgers that are more thin, and I feel like you get that more with Impossible.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really care either way, but I do have a preference for Beyond a little bit more.
I have my own question.
What?
What are your thoughts on lab grown meat?
Um,
We've talked about it a little bit
Pretty easy.
in real life.
Short and sweet. It's not vegan. We can move on.
Oh, spicy. Okay. Ivor's question: what is your favorite delusion? I personally, people would have no reason to ever take advantage of me and get a sick high off of unwisely trusting human good nature and then being disappointed when I get effed over rather than being some overly cautious cringe lord who thinks they're important enough to get effed with. Like, wow, bro, you gonna steal my wife too? Have fun, idiot. LOL. Why is that something that you would say?
That's so funny.
What's your favorite delusion? I
Um,
already told him mine later, and I love mine later, so listen to it, please.
yeah. My favorite delusion is
If you say something emo, I swear to God.
no. I was gonna say my favorite delusion is that I legitimately, and I actually don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is, especially when I was younger, one of my
Okay.
strongest traits, and I'm like kind of getting that back now.
Okay.
And it's the fact that I legitimately, with 100% of my heart, for most of my life, thought that like anything I wanted to do, I could if I wanted to.
That is so cute. And that reminds me, last night I was reminded of whenever my niece was over and she said that to me.
Yeah.
She said it so wholesomely. And I told Robert because I thought he'd think it was cute and funny. And he was like, I tell you that all the time. And I was like, you guys are both so cute.
Yeah. I like
That's adorable.
with more than all of my being believe in the saying that a man who says they can and a man who says they can't are often right.
Oh, that's actually a good one.
Yeah, like it is, especially in like
That's so cute.
competition and stuff like that. Like it is, there's so much more of your mental capacity going into your performance in life than you can even comprehend,
Yeah,
in my experience.
I like that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just thinking of my niece. The context for my niece, I'm gonna share it again because I think it's like the sweetest thing she's ever said. Because she's like the crazy one. So when she says cute stuff, you remember. But I was talking about I can't do a cartwheel, and she was like, maybe you can learn. I was like, I don't know if I could. And she's like, oh, you want to know something really cool? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, did you know if you think that you can do something, you can actually do anything? And I was
True.
like,
It's
I love you so much.
straight up.
She's like 9. She's like nodding. She's like, it's a fact. And I'm like, that's the cutest.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like legitimately, I don't know how it could not be true.
Mm-hmm.
Because like for instance, this is going to be an obscure reference, but there's this person, he's actually kind of well known, but he was a Navy SEAL,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was a doctor, and
Okay.
then he was an astronaut.
How old was he during what? How did
Right.
he have so many careers?
Exactly. And just the fact that that happened makes me think about how he didn't not want to be any of those things at any time. He's not like a superhuman, you know, we're all just people.
Yeah.
It's because he pursued those things,
Yeah.
because he thought he could do those things. And
That's
it's
very inspiring. That
yeah,
makes me want to
it's that's
try harder
simple.
when streaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like your answer. You're delusional for that.
I don't think I am, but I think most people would say I am.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for Robert's part of the Q&A. This is not the end of the episode. I was about to start segueing out like it was.
Yeah.
Do you have any final words cuz you're not going to join us?
No, hopefully you all enjoy it, and we'll continue doing it probably in this format just so that everyone can participate as much as they want.
Oh, like in the me talking to them separately?
Yeah.
Yes, as much as he wants, so he can go to bed.
Yeah.
And study before going to bed.
And also, I mean, people that do tend to go longer, I wouldn't want to
Interrupt them.
yeah, put a damper on that if I needed to leave.
That's true. Like a spoiler ahead of time, like, because I mean, I did already say, like, me and Nunu talked for like 2 hours, and I thought it'd be like an hour and a half, maybe an hour.
Yeah, like I would have had to have left like
Yeah.
30 or 40 minutes before
I
they
was
finished.
talking to him before, and he was like, "Yeah, if it seems like it's going on too long and you're worried about the time, just like slowly segue out of it." And I thought of that a few times, and I was like, I would literally rather be late to stream because like I feel like we're vibing right now, and I'm really liking this, and I don't want to stop it. So that's actually a very good call.
Yep.
Yeah, and then maybe someday, if he has time, once our schedules are not so backwards all the time, he can rejoin for that part. But he's not leaving the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't
Thanks
think.
for listening, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of it.
Yee. Okay, so I am back, and we have our guest this week. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Nunu Nels. I play just an Iron Man. Like I went straight into a hardcore Iron Man, so all I really know is playing an Iron Man. And so I'm really interested in talking to you, Boone.
Yeah.
Because you're like the opposite of that.
I know nothing about irons. Okay, do you have a main account at all, or is it just iron?
No, like I literally have a main just for like splits for
Whoa.
raids and stuff. Like that's it. Like it's literally like level 4.
When
I
did
look
you
like a bot.
when did you start playing RuneScape? Like, how did you even? Whenever people first start playing and they make an iron, I'm like, how did you even know that's a thing?
Well, at the time, Ash, my ex, was like playing RuneScape, so
Yeah.
I kind of like got back, like I got back into it because like I did play when I was a kid, like 2000.
Me too.
Yeah, like 2003 or 4, 5. I played like 5th, 6th, 7th grade
Oh, what?
until I got like too busy. But like I only played a free to play account, and
Yeah.
that's just so different. You know, I didn't have like membership, so I feel like I didn't experience the game at all. Like I literally just trained the free to play stats, like the combat ones. And
I don't
like,
even know
that's
if
it.
I ever left Lumbridge. People talk about like fight caves when they were kids and how it was a big accomplishment, and I was like, you guys went to fight caves? You guys left
I didn't
Lumbridge?
even know it existed. Like I didn't know.
It existed either.
Like I literally just knew like Lumbridge, Varrock, Falador, like,
That's it.
you know, like literally just free to play. I feel kind of like deprived as a child. Like
Our parents didn't give us membership. Why do they hate us?
dude, no, literally. Like I never had membership. But so I think that's the cool thing though, because like when I came back to RuneScape 5 years ago, like I really didn't know anything almost.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because like all the real content is obviously like on members worlds.
No,
and
literally
everything.
me too. Like I also came
Yeah.
back 5 years ago, didn't know anything other than Lumbridge and cows.
Yeah, no. And then I just like made a hardcore Iron Man because I just decided I was gonna start streaming. Because I just like wasn't really like doing anything at the time because I had just quit my job. And so my boyfriend at the time had like he was like playing RuneScape, and so I just kind of got back into it. And so he told me about the like modes and everything.
Oh,
like how there was like
okay.
Iron Man and hardcore group Iron Man. And so like the actual first account I made was like that main that I have, that like level 4.
That you
Yeah,
quit
yeah.
immediately, it sounds like.
Yeah, and then actually I feel like it was a different account and then I made another one. But anyways, I made
Yeah.
a regular and then I decided I was going to start streaming, and Ash thought it would be a cool idea if I did a hardcore Iron Man. And so I just like went straight into a hardcore. That was like my
very
first
hardcore of
experience
you.
back.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was cool.
How long did you're not hardcore anymore, are you?
No, no,
I was
no.
like, how do I politely be like, you died, right?
I died, yeah. It's the same account though, but yeah, I died.
How long did the hardcore era last?
It was like I want to say like 2 years.
Oh my god, that's actually a long time.
Yeah, but I mean, granted I didn't like stream as much then, and I only
Mhm.
tend to play when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
Like I do sometimes like do AFK things on the side, but I get very distracted very easily sometimes.
Same.
But
I just do
yeah.
AFK when I'm not live.
Yeah. I try to, and sometimes I can't even then I can't like just put the brain cells together like right now. It's literally logged in on the side. But
Yeah, she's trying to do winter
Well,
tots.
yeah, I was thinking about doing Winter Todd, but I'm like, I do not think I could do Winter Todd. I could
It was
maybe,
so funny.
like
You're doing like a pep talk before. You're like, I could do it. I could do it.
No, I will probably kill the hardcore.
Oh
if
my
I do that.
god. The
So like
content, gotta do it.
I'm gonna let it like 25-minute log out or whatever maybe.
Yeah. What was it that killed your hardcore, the first hardcore? And make it sound like your GIM's already dead. It's still alive. She's
true.
she's carrying our hardcore GIM, which I'll talk about.
We are
soon.
5 out of 5 still. We're going strong.
And super 5 out of 5 logging it every day. It's definitely not just you.
I stopped for like a while though. Like I was like really into my Iron Man, and then I was like, okay, like I gotta bring it back. Like I need to like get through these 100 KCs. But going back to your question,
yes.
What killed the hardcore was Dust Devils, but not like the way that people think. Like everyone's like, oh, they told you to take your helmet off. Like no, I knew not to take my helmet off.
Okay. That would have been tragic.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. I just like was not paying attention to what I was doing, and I turned my prayer off.
No.
And I was like paying attention, answering a question in my chat, and I was like looking at my channel point redeems so I could like answer it kind of.
No.
And so I just like wasn't looking, and they just like all like stacked up on me, and I just like didn't even know what the happened for like a hot second.
How did you feel when you died? Was it like upset, or was it like a relief that now you don't have to worry?
No, I was definitely upset.
Oh.
Like I was visibly upset. Like if you go to my Twitch page, like you will see that it's like the featured clip or whatever.
Oh, I need to go watch it.
It's like but also like the song that's playing is called like Goner or something. So it's just super. Yeah, it was really appropriate for the moment. Like what the
I feel like it was meant to be in a way.
Yeah, almost. But I mean, it got pretty far. It was like 1642 total level. So like
nice.
I feel like that's pretty good for the first time coming back into the game since like
Yeah.
7th grade.
Especially first time coming back on a hardcore, like
Yeah.
that's intense. I can't even tell you how many times I died just literally in Lumbridge because I was chancing myself at cows whenever I came back. I was like, oh, whatever.
Oops.
Yeah. Now you still play that account as a regular iron, you said?
Yeah. So that's the Selenea account.
Okay.
I just decided to keep it because like I had gotten decently far into it, and I'm lazy. Like I'm not starting
Yeah.
another account. Like no.
Whenever people like quit their hardcores and start new ones, I'm always just like, wow, that kind of sucks. Like I would hate to start anew.
I can't imagine like redoing the content like again and again and again. And that's
That's
why
what
I'm
people
so
do,
like
right?
yeah, that's why I'm so hesitant. Like people have been asking me like, "Oh, are you going to play League?" 'Cause I'm just like I really would like to. But then also just I got to like re-grind everything like
Everything over again. At least it's fast. Like so much XP.
Yeah.
It's great.
I know. We were talking about it today in chat, and somebody was just talking about like the cosmetics and everything, and I
Cosmetics
was
are
like,
dope.
ah,
Oh yeah, and
yeah,
you
like
can't even buy it on the GE.
yeah, nope.
Rough.
So I'm like, damn, I have to actually do it, but I
Just
don't know.
do like all the ones that you could do AFK, like fishing achievements or something. So you don't have to pay attention and you could just unlock achievements. Could do that.
Yeah, maybe.
Last time I low-key
I'm
was just a
thinking about it.
skiller.
I've never done it. I've never played Leagues.
I played last time, it was really fun. I think you'd like it. I didn't do Trailblazer though, so I don't know. Everyone says Trailblazer was so cool, so we'll see how that goes.
That was like the one
2
before the last
ago.
one.
Yeah, I think last one was Shattered Relics, which I did, and then the one before I think was Trailblazer. I did it for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and yeah, I was a newer player, or like I didn't really know what was going on, so I was just like, oh, okay. I tried it, and then I died, and I was like, I don't get it, and then I just went back to my regular account. I just quit.
I remember I did not Twisted Leagues. I know I didn't do Twisted Leagues, but what was the other one? We just said it.
Trailblazer.
Trailblazer. Trailblazer.
Yes.
Yeah, I did that one for like literally a day or two. And I feel like that was around when my hardcore died or something.
You're going through a lot.
I don't know, but I remember just like being super overwhelmed because like I had chat like choosing what like where I was going. It was like a chat choice kind of thing, and they were absolutely fucking me, of course. Like you know, like they're not nice, they're bullies.
Call them out, do it.
Yeah, so obviously they put me through the worst things ever.
Oh, no.
Like they know it too. Like I have like a channel point redeem where you can choose my next 99. I've had it for years at this point. But like my first one is rune crafting. Like fuckers.
No.
And then it's like prayer, agility, is it Slayer? I don't think Slayer is on there. But anyways, like they chose like the worst ones.
Of
They're
course
assholes.
they did. They hate
They're
you.
assholes.
They did that before Guardians of the Rift, I'm guessing.
Dude, this is like literally one of the 99 rune crafting was redeemed like I not like 5 years ago. Like you got baited because it's been 5 years and I still haven't done it. I do plan on doing them. No, I haven't even done it.
They're just waiting like half a decade for you to get this.
It's basically on my terms, you know?
True.
But I do honor the order. Even 5 years later, I'm honoring the order. Even if some of those people like I don't even remember who has redeemed some of these, but I know definitely some of these people don't even like come to my stream anymore, and like I will
she
honor
still
your
hasn't done
redeem.
this.
I'm not watching her anymore because she still hasn't gotten my 99.
It'll happen. Just give it like 5 more years. On the 10th anniversary, you're like, you know what? Let's do it.
Okay, I have 90 rune crafting to be fair.
I have 90, but I've had 90 for like a year, so that doesn't mean anything. You could just sit there like me.
Oh no, I think it was like 77 before Guardians of the Rift came out. So I definitely have like
Guardians are just
I've grinded it out.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's
some
so
people
much better.
just I don't know. Yeah, I don't like it.
People don't like mini games because they're haters. That's my take.
Yeah, that's true. Like ZMI, it was like lax kind of. Don't get me wrong, but like Guardians of the Rift is way more enjoyable because you could just pop it on stream and do it with your viewers, and like so easy.
Yeah. And it's not as like you have to think a little bit, but like not too much towards annoying.
Yeah, no.
You have to use your brain a little bit.
You can just like sit there. You just have to like do the clicks first, and then you can like sit there. So it's like not AFK, but like I don't know, it's good. It's like Temperos. Like I love Temperos. So many people hate on it too. I think it's fun. Like
it's just people like think that mini games are like making it easy escape or something, and I'm like, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun. It's okay to have
most
fun.
of the time. I just feel like most of the time the XP is like actually lower than if you do it the other way. So it's just like just be casual about it. You know, like what is it? I mean, I know there's like sweaty ass people, but it's just like if you're going for like sweaty, then it's obviously not the way, right? But then like stop bitching about it. But I think I don't care if it's a little slower if I'm enjoying it more while doing it.
I feel the same way about mini games.
Yeah, no, exactly. So like whatever, like let me have my fun.
Yeah, they're just ruining it for everyone.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So other than mini games, what kind of stuff do you do on your account? You raid a lot, right?
Yeah, I like raiding. Top is my favorite.
Rank the raids. Top first.
Oh yeah, for sure. Top
Chambers or TOA next.
Then Chambers, then Toa.
Really?
Yeah.
TOA is such good money, but it's like, do I like it? I don't know.
Toa?
Yeah.
Or it just feels like there's only so many I can do before I get like mentally fried from it.
That's fair.
Like it kind of just like fries my brain way faster, but I can sit there and I can do Tob for like 8 hours straight.
Seriously?
Like, no problem. Yeah, like I did it like the other day for like 8 hours basically with Taryn. And I'm like cool the entire time. Like I go get food sometimes, like, you know, like
I need to be like you.
Like Toa just like
it frustrates me sometimes.
I think it's the puzzles sometimes, honestly.
Some monkey room puzzle destroys the entire raid for me. Because I just like dread it. As soon as like we're like doing Kefri and they think, oh, we're 2 rooms away from the monkey puzzle, and I'm just thinking about it. And I'm like, that's weird. Why am I getting so emo right now?
You know what that reminds me of? Because you're like, we're 2 away from the monkey room. We're 1 away from the monkey room. Like it's the monkey room, right? So it just reminds me of like the meme where it's like 6 more hours until 3 more hours. Like it's like a work meme, right?
Yes, I always think like that works. Sometimes when I'm like not feeling great, I'll feel that way during stream, and I'm like, okay, in 1 more hour, it's only 2 more hours twice, and I'm just like, why am I thinking this way?
No, that I literally do that all the time. Like I'll be like, yeah, 3 more hours until 2 more hours.
Yeah, it makes it
it's
feel
really
nicer.
like we're talking about 5 hours. Yeah, it kind of feels nicer.
It's
like,
different
on the brain, like, you know.
Yeah, it's just like dumbing it down a little. So your brain's like, we could do that. We could do fragments.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could definitely do that. I'm glad I'm not the only one, by the way.
No, I do that with everything. Anything that takes time, I'll just like start counting down with weirdness. Like whenever my first job, I would always take my lunches super late in the day. I would take it when there was like an hour left. So I came back and I only had half an hour left. So I would be like, I would rather take a late lunch and come back and think to myself, only 30 more minutes. But then they told me I couldn't do that anymore because I guess it's like against the law and I have to do it after a certain time.
Yeah. No, I like to take mine late too. Like the same at my last job. I would try to take it as late as possible, which was, it was like 12 o'clock. No, or like 12:30. So
the second half doesn't feel as bad if it's later.
It was like work like 1 to 3 was the second half of the shift, so it wasn't that bad. If it was like lunch at 11, like I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'd rather start it late.
10:30 is definitely not lunch hour.
Yeah, no, that's how it used to be at our old job. We worked like 8 to 3, and we take lunch at like 10:30 or 11. And I'm like, it is still morning. This is weird.
Yeah, that's like no, I don't like that. That is way too early.
Yeah, it was always really odd vibes there. But going back to the raid, I got distracted. I wanted to know. It's okay. What kind of jobs? What kind of jobs have you gotten from top? Okay, and also, can you teach me to top?
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'm the one teaching you really because I have people carrying me at the same time, but like, let's just say
they could carry both of us.
I will teach you. No,
Yeah.
they definitely can. No,
Look at both
I
of
feel
us, and I'll be like, wow, I can't believe she carried me the whole time. And I'll just give you all the credit.
I mean, I feel like Tob is definitely my best raid. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't say like I think I'm decent at it compared to like other raids. And I think that's why I like it more too, because I feel like I'm good at it.
Yeah.
You know?
It feels
Someone's
good to
definitely
be
like
good at something.
watch my stream, they're like, you suck.
Oh my god. People are just gonna say that no matter what. You could be like the rank #1 and they still be like, you suck. You can't play this
Yeah.
game. Just because they're
That's
annoying.
true. But like I feel like I hold myself up now in top. Like, you know, I oopsie he's every once in a while though. But I
Everyone
also come in
oopsies.
clutch every once in a while too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's your case either? Like a few hundred, right?
I want to say it's like 396 or something. Like it's about to be 400.
That's sick.
No Vernick, by the way.
Oh, how have you not gotten a Vernick?
I wish I could tell you.
I've gotten 2 and 49 KC.
I hate you.
Have you gotten a scythe?
No. I haven't gotten Scythe. I have
Oh no. You're like,
two
I've actually never
rapiers.
gotten a purple.
Yeah, no. I've gotten no, that's Chambers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Chambers. But Tob, I have 2 Sanguinesti staffs. No, sorry. 2 rapiers, 1 Sanguinesti staff.
Okay.
And then like that's it. And it's just like weird because I'm like spooned at the weapons, but holy
Yeah.
I cannot get in a Vernick. Like, what the hell?
That's like, I've thought before, like I'm lucky on iron because at Chambers I'm over 500 KC and I've never gotten an arcane. As a main, like it's fine because that's worthless. But if I was an iron, I was like,
Yeah.
wait, this would actually kind of suck. Like this prayer's kind of useful.
That would suck. Holy
Yeah.
you have not gotten on
I've never gotten one. I hope it's my last purple because I think that'd be a funny thing to have to grind for.
Dude,
But
imagine that would literally. Oh my god, that would be so
I
fucking
hope.
funny.
I pray for that. That's like the best case scenario at Chambers, but I still need like 5 more things.
Yeah,
So
because it's just like a collection log for you at this point, right?
Mhm. Yeah. I do
Yeah.
care about collection log slots though. So
No, I do
want it
too.
eventually. Yeah.
I do too. No, I definitely. There's some stuff I don't actively want to work out or I don't care to towards the
Mhm.
end, but I definitely like. Dude, nobody
Appreciate it.
doesn't like. Yeah, nobody does not like seeing that collection log
It
banner.
feels
Like
so good.
that is, I got one today, by the way. I got an armadillo helm. Yeah, and
Cheesy,
like the
cheesy?
serotonin. You know?
It hits. It's like a punch in the gut, but in a good way.
Yeah, no, it feels good, man.
Someone was telling me I should add a sound alert to make the collection log slot noise, and I was like, no, because you guys are gonna abuse that, and it's gonna make me genuinely sad. Every time I farm, they'd probably do it and make me think I got the pet. I have the C
Like a
engineer
sound
plugin.
bit?
Yeah, it says like
Oh.
a collection log slot completed every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, no
No.
way. I'm not letting you guys make me depressed.
I
I'm already
know,
sad
right?
enough. No.
Sad. I don't have the C engineer thing on it because I don't know.
It is
I
kind of
don't-
strange when you think about how this random person is just narrating your game for you. It's kind of awkward
Dude.
feeling.
It would be nice if they could add different voices. That'd be cool. Like kind
Yeah.
of how when you're doing voices on your phone and you have like options.
Oh, like
Like
the
choo-
Siri.
Yeah, but it's like choose your streamer.
I'll record some for you and be like, collection log slot completed. And we could just add that in game.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be cool.
There is like a plugins that you could change some noises. Like you could change like the Dragon Warhammer hit like a special noise to sound different and stuff. But like
Huh.
I downloaded it, but I couldn't figure it out because I don't know how computers work or anything. I don't know
Mm.
things.
I am very like weird when it comes to plugins and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really like having a lot. I like, of course, I like tile markers.
All the ones that I forget even plugins.
Yeah, True Tile is good. Like, I didn't use True Tile until Corrupted Gauntlet. Just because I felt like it. Wait, was it? No. Sorry, not Corrupted Gauntlet. I don't like it in Corrupted Gauntlet.
Oh.
But I could play with it. I'm too lazy to turn it off, honestly, at this point. Like, I'm just way too lazy. But no, for Bandos, because I was
Oh.
like,
Oh,
I
he's
7-0'd
smacking you?
Bandos or I 7-0 Bandos. And so you need to like shoot from like where your character obviously is
Oh yeah.
actually standing. So I don't know, it just like helps you kind of get the rhythm down a little easier,
Yeah.
especially like because I have to solo the room. Can't
That's
bring anyone. What the
how many KC can you even get solo?
I mean, probably. Oh, like it depends. What was my highest so far? I don't know how much my highest was so far, but like I feel like I've done between 10 and like 20, but I could also
My
totally be lying.
goodness. On like main accounts, if it's in a group, you could just stay there for like 2 hours. So I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
no,
my
or and like people
God.
could just like run you supplies and stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough.
Like if you get f***ed on RNG, like obviously from DPS, like,
Mhm.
you know, or from like damage, or just like from their drops, like, you know, all of that also like is incorporated
Just
into
makes
like
it a
how
bad
long you're
time.
like your run last, yeah. So
Did you go dry on any gear there? That got word dungeon that you needed?
I wouldn't say I went dry. Well, I've gone dry for like the shards kind of. No,
Really?
not the shards, not the shards. The
Okay. Hilts?
there's something. I think there's something that I technically maybe was not on,
Oh.
but also I don't know. I think I'm like between 4 and 500 KC, and I have everything except for like God Sword Shard like 2 or 3, and then like the
Oh.
hill and like pet. So like
That's pretty good though.
I don't think that's that bad.
Yeah.
To
And
be
you have full
yeah.
bandos. That's like the most important, the full set.
Yeah. No, exactly. Dude, I think the first thing I got was Tacids. Yeah.
Really? That's so lucky.
Yeah, no, I definitely got boots after Tacids. It's
Boots
so hard
best
to
in slot.
remember.
Yeah.
But it was a good feeling though seeing it, because I think I got it in a bingo and I was like, ooh, like, you
Aw.
know.
That makes
Yeah,
it
so
even
it was
more
like it was nice.
exciting.
Yeah, but then it didn't count.
Why didn't it count?
I think it just wasn't.
It wasn't on the wheel thing or whatever the bingo does.
I think it was just like the boots didn't count. Like it had to be Tacids.
Oh,
or,
I know
like,
some people are like
Bandos
weird about
chestplate.
boots.
Yeah.
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 Do you want me
So
to go fight them for you? I could like go beat their ass if you want. I
no.
got you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Also, I'm pretty sure it was Strawberry's bingo, and I love her. You can't touch her.
I'm just gonna go beat up Megan. It's fine.
Sorry, Meg.
Whoops. Speaking of Megan, because she's in our hardcore group,
Mm-hmm.
you're the only one that really plays the hardcore. What like kept you going? Because I plan on going back. I'm not quitting. It's just
Mhm.
like I love my main. How do you even like find time to just like play it and not play your main accounts?
I just like I have to be really strict with myself.
Yeah.
Like the way I like post a schedule every week. Like I've
You're
gotten
supposed
to
to schedule.
this point. Yeah, I've gotten to this point in my life where I need to like coordinate my streaming schedule like with my life, or I just like will not be consistent. And I've kind of found from just like the years of streaming and then just like talking to people in general that consistency definitely plays like a really big part, especially when you're a smaller streamer. So
yeah,
like
I agree.
I try to be like really good about that and like have some kind of structure to my schedule. I'm late every day, but
Relatable. I'm because you
You
always even
know.
put like I'm doing this content today, and I'm
yeah,
like, oh
I
my
have
God.
I have like the content like planned out, but it's also kind of in a way to like let viewers know if there's something that we could be doing together. You know what I mean? Like they know if
Sure.
I'm going to Guardians of the Rift or like Winter Todd or Temperos that it's like open invite. So I think people like at least definitely like my closer friends kind of like might coordinate that into their schedule because they want to do it with everybody. So I think
Yeah.
in that sense it's also really good to have some kind of like consistency and just like a calendar set. But yeah, I'm like kind of OCD sometimes. So
I like seeing your list schedules. You always make them look so cute too, and I'm like, oh, this is really pretty.
dude, I sit there like just editing them. I don't know. I have so much fun doing it, and I'm having fun this month because it's obviously Halloween, and so I'm just changing it every single week, pretty much. I'm being really extra, but
As you should be.
But yeah, so yeah, no. I guess I just
You just do it, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, like in just having it planned that that's what I'm gonna do. I try to be like really strict with myself that I am gonna like stay there. And I've been really strict with myself with the like 100 KC kind of thing that we have.
Yeah, we're trying to get
Where
100 KC at all the 3 main mini games for the hardcore.
yeah. And then like open them in like one shot. Just
You're
obviously.
doing such a good job with it.
I'm doing my best, but like it's slowly. Well, okay, Temperos really burned me out at one point. I used to go for like the 3-down kill method. Like that is normally what I do, but I got to a point where I was just like, just kill it full every single time because I just kind of wanted to get through the KC, and I was like, you know what? For an early iron, all of this supplies, even if like the casket openings or whatever, like the searches aren't like full potential.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still good. Like, even if I'm getting less,
good if you're new.
Yeah. Like, I'm getting less loot because I'm technically not getting as many points per round, but like, whatever. Like, we're early irons. All of that is gonna be like cocaine or something.
I was like trying to do that too, like on winter tot, like fletching and on my main, like fletching and doing fire making so I could get the best caskets. And then once I got closer and closer to 99, I was like, I don't care anymore. I just want to be done here.
Yeah,
so I just started only doing that.
No, literally. Also, I don't do cocaine, by the way. That was a joke. But I've really never done it. Yeah, disclaimer, by the way. I have seriously actually never done it. But anyways, yeah, so wait, yeah, so I'm getting to that point where like I just kind of like hit the brick wall. But what I started Winter Todd last week, and it's honestly way easier. Like it's way easier.
It feels kind of faster. I don't know if I'm like tripping though.
No, it definitely is because I did one stream and it was like a 3-4 hour stream or whatever, and I got 25 KC in that stream alone. And then I did another stream and it was like basically it was 25 KC again in like one stream. So like you just do it 4 times, right?
Yeah, easy.
3 more times until 1 more time, and then 2 more times until
actually. It makes it feel so much better to break it into smaller groups.
Yeah. It's so nice, you know. It's like explaining it to like a little child.
It is, but the little child is our own brains.
No, literally. But yeah, no. So I'm like, Winter Todd is not that bad. Now, Guardians of the Rift, I have a feeling is going to be...
That's going to be
like,
a little rough.
It's going to be like Temperos again, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a discussion about it in our GIM chat. If we should do 100 KC or 100 rewards. And I was like, let's do 100 KC. And now I'm like, was that the right answer? I don't know.
Insta regret. I literally knew from the beginning. I was like, that's going to be a lot. But I was like, okay. Yeah. It was like, I think literally 4 out of 5 of you guys voted on, like,
you know what's funny? It was the 4 of us who haven't done it and never log in. We're like, you could do this. It's fine.
Yeah. But I was like, I don't know about that one. It's going to be a lot. And I knew it was going to kind of like pause the game a little bit. But I was like, okay.
What uniques did you end up getting from Temperos?
Temperos. Oh my god. Okay, wait. I got the tome.
That's mostly what I was wondering. Tome. I know you didn't get a pet.
I did not get a pet.
Scam.
I feel like I got a tackle box.
Nice. I still haven't even gotten that in my main, and I've done like 200 something games.
I should check.
Pull it up
while we're talking. This is important. How do you open another rune light? I know how to.
Have you made a Jagex account yet?
No, I can't be bought. I cannot be bought with bank slots. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I hate when it asks me that.
I know it is kind of annoying.
I haven't done it, but I feel like I should because I'm like here like, oh, you know, every single time. Like, what's the email? What's the password?
I finally made one this week, and it's really nice not having to remember, actually.
Stop,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for so long. I was like, bro, I cannot be bothered. And then like someone was talking about like getting hacked, and I was like, oh, that would really suck if I got hacked. And I was like, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Took me a while.
Okay. Where's my collection log?
Temperos.
Here, I found it. Okay. Yeah, just the tackle box and the tome. So no barrel. Yeah, no barrel. No dragon harpoon.
We got scammed.
No big harpoon fish, saddies, and no pet.
Wait, didn't Megan get the fucking big harpoon fish before we decided we were gonna do this? Or she got something like really ridiculous like that?
I think she did.
She got something like really ridiculous, and I was like, why did you open it? We could have filmed this.
Oh, yeah. I think she was like too eager, she said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's not gonna do the minigame 100 anymore. Understandable, honestly.
It's okay though. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I just like minigames, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I just hate doing the same one again and again and again.
Yeah, sorry I made you do 100, Tempe. Whoops.
It's okay. I'm just thinking now, like at this point, I'm like the lutations are gonna be good.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, if like I do 100 KC at each of the mini games, I'm set on like resources, and then I think if I go through pretty much like all the quests or
Mhm.
like the quest as far as possible to get me level wise, I feel like I'm grinding the least amount of everything this way.
Yeah,
you
you're doing
know,
it the
like
smart way.
I'm being really lazy about it. Is essentially the plan.
No, you have
because-
to word it as you're working smarter, not harder. Which is
Yeah,
another way of
that.
saying you're being lazy, but it works.
Yes. It's working. It gets me everything I need.
Good.
Because, like, I think I want to do Fire Cape. Like, I keep saying Fire Cape is, like the thing I really want to get. I mean, oh, yeah, and you can't die as a hardcore, so...
And on the GIM.
Yeah, so... I don't know. That's kind of, like, the first content I really, really want to get to on the account. But I just am, like, being super lazy about the grinding the skills and getting the stuff. So, yeah. The 100 KC everywhere, plus just like going the ham on like quests.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we'll be good. Then we can go and do Jad.
Do you know what kind of gear you're gonna have for Jad? Because like you're not gonna go to
Probably
Zora, right?
No. Although Zora is not a bad vibe. That would be
You
different
scare me.
because you have diary. You could get diary. At
Yeah, you
Zora.
can finish your diary. True.
Yeah, that's how, like how Alfie does it, and then you get one free death a day.
Yeah, I died last night because I wasn't paying attention, and I got like the revive thing, and I was like, oh, thank God. And every time that something like that happens, I'm like, if I was on a hardcore, like, yikes.
Yeah. So it's not a bad shout because then you like getting a blowpipe
That'd be nice.
would like be really good for fight caves. But also, I remember on my Iron Man, I was like, I had red d'hide like top,
Yeah.
and then like green chaps and like snakeskin boots.
Aww.
Rune crossbow, like bolts or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Like
just best in
it
slot.
was just yeah, like I didn't have Barrow's gloves, but I think eventually like I tweaked, like I did like a couple upgrades here and there because like it took me 9 fight cave attempts, but
Might took me 8. Yeah.
seven Jads.
Oh my
think it was-
gosh.
No,
Look at you.
no, wait. Was it something like that? I don't know.
In that gear though? Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, I upgraded it like slightly. Like I think I ended up I don't know. I think I ended up getting like Barrow's gloves maybe. Like that was definitely one thing. And then like some piece of clothing I upgraded too. So I did like between attempts I upgraded a little bit just to
Mhm.
like get an extra like help. But I know it was 9 in total. I just don't remember if it like I did Jad 7 times. I think I did Jad 7 times and then I died twice to the caves.
Aw.
So that's like that's not that bad.
Yeah. I think one of the times I
Yeah.
died in the caves, I didn't know the major kid hit you. So I walked past the major and it like punched me in the face and one shot me. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh. Oh,
I will not do that on the hardcore. I'm scared to go to 5K. I need you to just lead us on our journey. And then I'll always be 5 steps behind you because you're braver than me.
I feel like I play kind of edgy. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's
You
probably
did
not
waterfall quest so
smart.
early. You did everything early. You were like, did you do waterfall when you were 10 hit points?
Yeah. Or like whatever this like whatever you when you log in, whatever that is. I did it.
Bruh.
No, I think it was less hit points.
Is it less? I thought it was 10. No, it's 10. And then 3
It's
combat
10.
total. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 10.
I hated that. Every time that I would look at Twitter, I'd see what you did that day, and I'm like, you're stressing me out.
Dude,
It's
I almost
scary.
died a couple of times though, like every single time doing it, because I haven't been able. Don't remember what I needed to do to get a Ring of Life, but like I'm very adamant on getting a Ring of Life because it has saved me
Smart.
so many times.
Mhm.
Like when I was in early hardcore, until
Yeah.
I like I finally upgraded it eventually. Like
I need to
you have
get
to
that.
you have to let it go sometime. But yeah, no. So the Ring of Life is like super good for like super goofy mistakes. I'm like, I gotta get that. But it's like a quest, and I don't remember, and I don't have the levels, and I'm kind of lazy. I don't know. We'll get there eventually. We'll get
And
there.
technically, you have 5 lives if you just use up all of ours too. So it's fine.
I would feel bad doing that though.
I feel like if I used 1 life, I would be like, well, now I have to only do safe stuff until everyone else dies. Like, I'd be so nervous about using someone else's life too.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I was
nerve-wracking.
like, I thought to myself, I was like, well, if all the girls quit one day, right? Like, if you guys like, I was like, if they just decided that they didn't want to play anymore, I was like, I guess I could just, like, keep it as a hardcore and then just keep the extra lives for myself.
True.
I'm not saying you guys are going to quit, but, like, I've thought about it. I'm like, well, they could. Like, I mean, shit, I could. You never know.
You'd just be
But
like a strong hardcore.
yeah, but like I do enjoy being like a hardcore. Like I take it very serious.
Yeah.
Especially because it's the second time around. I feel like I want to like beat my last one.
Yeah, you got to redeem yourself a little bit.
Yeah, like now that I've played the game more and now that I have like an Iron Man where I can like practice things again beforehand and then like go and do it.
I
The
feel
only
like
problem
that's
is the stats, of
key.
course, but
Well, yeah. I think that being
yeah.
able to go and practice stuff is like a big deal because
Yeah.
doing stuff for the first time, like everything's deadly the first time. I don't get it. I don't get people
Dude,
could just
yeah.
send it. Whenever
You just
DC2 came out, they were like, say
teleport.
practice. Just teleport. That's I'm
when
not
in doubt, you
good.
just teleport. Like that's basically the biggest like mentality thing. Like knowing when to just like go. You can't. There's certain things. I don't know. Yeah, I've been risky on like the hardcore. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
I'm
but
not good
like
at that.
that's usually when you should like not be stupid. But I just like sometimes I'm just like I know I can do it. You know.
And if you die, you're like, I was wrong.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I just do that all the time. Like I'm always risking it at a like Chaos Alley the other night. I was at like 15 health. It was at like 15 health, and I was like, well, let's see. One of us is going down, and I killed it. But with this last hit, it also killed me. So I was like, okay, cool. Like
you both went down.
We both went down, and also I need to get out of that mindset of like a final showdown because it's not.
No,
it's not
I'm
good.
literally the same though. I'm quite literally the same. Like I literally have a showdown.
Yeah. It's like
yeah,
you're two
like I
two
know I
boys.
can do it. I'm like, RNG, come on, pop off, pop off.
So far's worked though. As long as you haven't died yet, we take that.
Yeah. It's so nice like logging in and seeing like the 5 out of 5.
Whenever I logged in to see if I had like whatever it was that you asked for a few weeks ago, I was like, oh my god, what if I looked and it was like 1 life left? I would be like, what did you do?
Be like, wait, how has this not come up in conversation?
Yeah. You just never mention it.
If I lost a life, I'd be like, I don't know, I'd be like so nervous after that. Like, cause like you said, I would feel bad taking someone else's life.
It's okay. I don't
like
think
opportunity, you know.
You're not gonna be the first to die. Don't worry.
Don't say that because I could be the first. You never know. I've done stupid things.
That's true. I feel like
I will continue to do stupid things.
Me. I think I'll be the first to die. I think even when we had Fem on here a couple months ago, I was like, oh, like, who do you think would lose the first life? And she just immediately said you. And I was like, okay, like, it's kind of rude.
What was the explanation, though, behind it?
She just said, with love, I think it would be you. I don't even think she explained it. It was just cold. I died a lot. To be fair, I think I died, like, twice last night. Because, like, I'm not good at leaving. Like, the other day also, like, I went to Cree and I was running out of food. And multiple times I was looking at chat and I was down to 1 hit point. And I was like, oh, haha, whoops. And was just sip a brew. And I ended up dying because I don't know when to leave. So I feel like that'll be the death of me on a hardcore is I don't know when to leave.
I think it's also because, like, having a main and everything, I would assume that the mindset is just like, well, if I lose it, I could just like get it back. Like you get back
Mhm.
certain things from the gravestone. Like, yeah, you lose like your pots and stuff. But like as an
got the
Iron
GE.
Man, yeah, like as an Iron Man versus a GE, like that is like so detrimental, you know what I mean? Like you have to be so like cautious of supplies. I mean, I know there's definitely Iron Men who are they're like not cautious like the way I
Yeah.
am. You know what I mean? Like they
So you're
just will
cautious
like
on your regular iron?
well from like a resource perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, like I save like my prayer pots a lot and like my supplies. Like I'm constantly like people are like, "Oh, just drop it." And I'm just like, why would I drop like one sip of a range pot? Like
Yeah.
why would I do that? Like that is
You will
like
use that.
yeah, I will use that eventually. Like I don't know, like my mind and it's not as much with range pots and like combat pots and stuff like that. But when it comes to like restores, Sarah brews, and
Yeah.
like and the prayer pots, yeah, like I mean Sarah brews aren't that bad, but like prayer pots,
Yeah.
dude,
Anything you have to make that.
dude,
No.
my prayer pots, like my stack on a weekly basis, I shit you not, is like 50 and under. Like I'm pretty sure it's probably like under 20 right now.
Do you just have like one day a week you dedicate to making pots? Because like what?
I'm trying to get into it because like it's horrible. Like I have 143 like three doses right now. So
Oh
like
my god.
what's the math? How do you do it?
140 whatever divide by 4?
Divide there you go. I have 35 prayer pots because I have 2 full ones right now. 2 4 doses. That's literally like my prayer pot stack on a weekly basis.
Oh my
And you know
god.
what? I don't even understand because Boone, I literally prayer flick everything, pretty much. If I could prayer flick it, I do it. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like raiding and stuff like that, I don't, you know, that's probably where most of it goes. But like Slayer tasks and like anything like that, I sit there and I like an idiot.
You have to save your stuff. You have to no waste for the irons.
I know. But
Someone
yeah, I will say at least it's like a good thing that like I know how to like one tick flick now. Like when I go into Inferno, like I feel like I'll
Oh
be
my
ahead of the game
God.
slightly.
Have you
Yeah.
sent any Inferno temps?
No, not at all. I've never stepped in.
When do you think you're
I'm
gonna?
nervous too. I'm definitely really nervous too. I also like kind of don't want to lose my fire cape, you know, and then have to like go
Yeah.
get it again.
True.
So I'm like, I don't know if I want to give up my fire cape.
Do you
Even
only
though
have
I
one Jad,
literally
Casey?
No, I have like 15 or something like
Oh,
that.
you gamble them, huh?
Yeah, I gamble them
Yeah,
for the pet every time. Of course. That is like my favorite pet. Like I want to have
Yes.
him so
Same.
bad. I don't
s-
care how e-girly it is. I just feel like Jad is such an iconic like pet,
So
you know? Like, it's
cute.
Jad.
He has little stumpy legs and he has a weird butt. I love him.
He is the coolest. And then I hate when people use the transmog on him because I'm like, put him back.
He
You put him back.
He looks better normal. He looks so
That's
much
what I'm
better
saying. Put
normal.
him back right now. Like, what is that? No,
He looks
I
like he's
I
covered
just
in
love
mud.
OG Jad. Like, big fan.
So
big
cute.
fan.
I know. I like your little your plush on your shelf. Your whole setup
Oh.
is so cute.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like
So
all
I love the
RuneScape
freaking witchy
stuff.
crafties.
I know. I need to go buy something from her. She like sells a bunch of plushies. We've actually talked about her a lot on the podcast because every time I bring up Jad, I'm like, I want that plush. It's so
She has
cute.
really good ones. I'm like still waiting for the Corp Beast one. She made like one
Ooh.
once or something like that.
Probably hard.
I would assume, yeah. The whole thing was like by hand.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I'm pretty sure I don't know, maybe she only made one, like because somebody like bought it, like special ordered it, but she does like plan on bringing it back. And I swear to God, I feel so bad because like I harass her like every 6 months, like,
Do you?
hey, so like the Corp
Where's it
Feast,
at?
you know? And I feel bad, and I don't even know why I want it so bad. I can't even do Corp Beast on like my Iron Man yet or anything. I just think he's so cute. Like I just love him. He's adorable.
Is that one of your
I
favorite
just want
pets?
him. I don't know. I just really like the plushie. I'm not gonna lie. Like I
Okay.
just really like the plushie.
I don't think
I'm
I've
like-
seen that one. I need to look at it sometime.
It's really cute. Yeah, no. But so I'm just waiting. It's fine. I'll just wait.
Someday.
I mean, you know what? I need bloat. Bloat would be great.
Oh my God, I
would
want to
love
see a
him.
little bloat on your shelf behind you. That'd be so
Yeah.
cute.
He's like my favorite. I love him so much.
I know some
But
people
like
don't
with
like
the flies,
pet.
like magnetic flies.
Oh my gosh.
And then I also want the Varrock stray dog with the magnetic flies. That might also be
Yes,
great.
I want the
Yes.
stray dog so bad. I want like a tattoo of him, which is weird because I just want a tattoo of like a mangled looking dog with flies. But I'm like, I
Dude.
love him and he's so cute.
That is such a good idea. Oh
Yeah.
my god, what? I love that.
Are we getting tattoos at TwitchCon?
I shit you not, I would do it.
God
Like,
gave me a credit card for a reason.
I have a I have an ankle, like my left ankle, I have like a bunch of like little tattoos, and so like I just enjoy like growing it, and this is like a perfect opportunity.
Wait.
So let's circle back to this one for next week. Oh my
I'm
god,
gonna
I'm literally
scream.
seeing
I'm
you
gonna
next
scream.
week.
Oh yeah.
Like wait, are you coming Wednesday or are you coming Friday?
We're coming Friday, but still in a week.
Okay,
Next
okay, yeah,
Friday.
yeah.
Oh, how
Holy.
cool.
A week and 2 days. I'm very excited.
I'm so excited.
We
Yeah,
have
I'm
a hot.
gonna
Oh,
stay
I
with
told
her.
you we have a hot tub.
We do, yeah. I
mm.
still am trying to bait that last $600 in tips on my stream, and I was like, I could get Nunu to do a hot tub stream with me, and I just keep telling them, I was like, we're just gonna do it like neck up. And people are joking about if I just like drained all the water out of the hot tub and we just sat in there fully clothed, because I was like, it's not gonna be sexual, because I don't want any of you guys being creepy. Just need to find the least weird way. But yeah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be fun.
No, I am too. It's gonna be fun.
How long are you gonna be at TwitchCon for? You said like a week, right?
Yeah, I think Wednesday to Wednesday. Yeah.
What are you most excited to do for TwitchCon?
That is such a good question. I don't know.
Do you have any plans?
Well, just like some of the things that we discussed. Oh, we were talking about like the Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, we're going to a fancy dinner.
Yeah, we booked Hell's Kitchen because like, love Gordon Ramsay.
Yep.
So I mean, I know he won't be there, but
what if he is though?
Stop. Manifest it, please.
Be like, will you follow me on Twitch?
You know when people ask you, like, if you were to die, right? If you're on like death row, and
or your last meal.
I always say like a steak with like mashed potatoes and like asparagus cooked by Gordon Ramsay. I don't really think it works that way though, but like it's my dream. Fuck off.
Can you imagine they just like for death row inmates, they're like, all right, Gordon, you need to come in real quick.
That'd be so cool, but I definitely have a feeling that that's not how it goes.
Yeah, it's probably just like a very basic steak.
Yeah, I feel like they would also like always kind of just be calling him because like who wouldn't say Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah,
right?
true.
Like, I feel like the average person would say Gordon Ramsay. Like my cooking like knowledge is really not that deep. So
yeah, no, I'm vegan, and I'd be like, have him make something vegan just so I could say that my last meal was cooked by him. Why not?
Yeah, it. Why not?
Just for the flex.
How long have you been vegan, by the way?
I stopped eating meat like 5 years ago, and I stopped eating dairy like 4.5 years ago.
Shit.
How about you?
I'm Argentinian. Like we just love meat.
I think like, Ellie's vegetarian.
Is she?
I think so. If she's not, then my point is void. But if she is, then it's possible.
No, I actually went out to dinner the other day to an Argentinian restaurant, and we were with somebody who was, I don't know if he was vegan or vegetarian. I want to say he was vegan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They were talking in Spanish, and those are just like one of those weird words that it all sounds the same to me. Like
whenever we're in the Netherlands, I was like, I don't know what you're saying.
Like I'm fluent in Spanish. Don't get me wrong, but
you're
like
fluent. You didn't know?
I know. Well, it's just like it's not like something I talk about in Spanish.
Yeah, it's not something common, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I kind of was like taken back slightly. I wasn't sure if he was saying vegan or vegetarian, but to be fair, I honestly also like ate an edible earlier in the day, so I was kind of like
zoning out.
Yeah, I probably wasn't paying attention also, and that probably doesn't help. So
you're like, that's not very important to me right now.
Maybe he could have like literally just said vegan like 27 times, and I just still chose to not remember what it was. But
it was very important to you.
Point is, he's Argentinian and he's vegetarian or vegan. So like, yes, it is possible, but for myself, I don't know.
Are you open to trying vegan foods? Can I have you try my food when we're there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No,
Some people are like really weird about it.
Oh no, I'm like, I wouldn't say like I'm a foodie in the sense of just like I don't know, because I don't eat a lot in general. Like I'm very like small portion, but like I
Yeah.
like trying a lot of like stuff for the most part. As if it's not completely making me gag or something by the smell of it. I have a big thing for like smell, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Like what
Like
foods make you gag?
I don't know, like if it smelled really bad, like I don't know. Food from like certain countries you never know. Like there's some like interesting stuff out there
You're just not
that
used
like
to it and you're like,
or
nope.
not even necessarily like smell. I am definitely like a smeller though. I like bread. I
Oh,
always
I smell
bread.
everything. It's weird. Like Robert
Yeah.
makes fun of me because he'll just see me grab something and just smelling it for no reason. And I'm like, I
No,
have
yeah.
to. It's like a compulsion.
Yeah, no, I literally have the same problem. Like I
We're the
just need to
same.
like
We're the same
smell.
person.
Yeah, no. But what was the previous point?
Gordon Ramsay, trying vegetarian food. You'll try vegan food.
Yeah, yeah.
Before
Well, I've tried
that, yeah, I'm gonna have you try my food.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
And
I'll
then,
yeah.
yeah,
I'll be okay.
I
As
don't
long
really
as it's
know.
I don't think I've ever tried anything like I don't know, like that I did like genuinely despised. I can't even like think of anything where there I'm just like I just definitely have things where I'm like, I'd rather not.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like, I don't even feel comfortable saying that I dislike food sometimes. Robert will be like, oh, just say you don't like it. I'm like, but I don't know that I don't like it. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know. I'm
I
weird
get
about it.
that. I'm also very like I'm not super picky when it comes to things. Like I feel like I have certain friends who are very picky with what they eat, and if it's
Yeah.
like not like perfect, they like can't eat it. Like my best friend Jasmine like will like she cannot eat it. She'll just like done, appetite gone.
Really?
Yeah, but like
Dang.
I could kind of like work with things. Like I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, it's okay." Like I don't know, I'm never one to like say anything. I just kind of like accept things for like what they are, which is not like the best
True.
thing, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe too nice.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you like the type to say something or are you just like you're like whatever?
I'm just like whatever, but I think I'm coming around to it more like if something's wrong that I'll say something. Cause before like
Yeah.
someone could probably bring me something that was like all meat like 3 years ago and I wouldn't have said anything and I would just like taken it to go and like try to give it to someone else. But now, I'd be
Oh.
like, I can't eat this. Can we please do something?
Yeah, yeah.
I've gotten
No,
more
okay, yeah.
annoying with age. Now I don't mind.
To be fair, like I think that like that is a reason to say something. Like I
Yeah.
definitely would say something if that was that. I'd be like, I literally can't like eat it, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know if like it's cooked wrong or if it's like not where you want it cooked or if it's like
Yeah, I never say
overcooked.
that. I
Like
just deal with it.
yeah, like I just whatever at this point, right?
Yeah. I feel that 100%.
Yeah.
While we're kind of like on the topic of real life things, this isn't quite relevant, but I need to ask. I want you to tell me about your pets, and then I have a
Oh.
follow-up question. Because you have so many pets. I saw your cat walking around earlier, and I wanted to scream.
Was it Jinx? Was my black one?
I think so, yeah. It was like on your carpet, you were just talking, and I was just like, oh my god.
I do remember seeing her little like head boop at one point.
Oh, I love.
So I have two cats. One of them is Jinx, which that's the black one, and then the second one is Nar, and he's orange. And then I have three ferrets, and that's Arya, Konar, and Neve.
Oh, oh my gosh. Where
I also have a moss ball, by the way. He's also a pet. He's a moss ball.
is it like in a little jar?
Yeah, he's just in a jar. He just
Oh,
like
that's actually
exists.
cute. He just
Like I don't.
exists.
He like literally just exists. I don't know how to explain him. People find it really weird when I show
That'd
it to them. They're
be
like,
me
"What
if I was
is
pet
that?"
too.
I'm like, it's literally a moss ball, and they're like, it's alive. I'm like, yeah, it's alive.
I was
Just like
thinking
he's a
like, yeah,
yeah.
he's just a little guy. They have those in Animal Crossing, so that's why it doesn't even sound weird to me. I'm like, yeah, my little Animal Crossing character has a moss ball too. Doesn't
Yeah,
everyone?
exactly. And cacti, like cacti are also my pets. But no,
Oh,
like on
I've
a
had a
real
lot
note,
die.
dude, I'm really bad with plants in general. But
I have a dead
yeah.
air plant up right above me that's been there for a year and it's just dead. It's an air plant. You just have to missed it and it's
No,
dead.
I have a dead cactus over there. I'm not even kidding.
You
It's
just
like
keep
literally
them
been
forever.
it's been sitting there for like a year and a half. It's not like it's just chilling. Like it's
It's not
dried out as
hurting
fuck.
anyone. It's fine.
No, it's not. And honestly, like I don't know. The only reason I would take it out at this point is if I got like another cactus and I just like wanted to like pot it in that one because I just
Yeah.
didn't want to get another pot or something.
No, understandable.
Yeah, no.
So, I was gonna ask, what made you want ferrets? We can't even have ferrets as pets because they're like
Oh yeah,
a pest in California or something.
yeah. Dude,
So,
Hawaii's like that too. I think New York City is like that too, but Long Island is fine.
are you in
Maybe I'm
Long Island?
wrong. Yeah, I'm in
Where?
Long Island.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Or on Long Island, sorry. I feel like there's
Oh,
gonna be people who like
is it
argue
on?
about this one. I say both. It really depends on the sentence. Like I literally catch myself saying both. So
Yeah, I've never been to the East Coast at all, so I'm like, I don't know how any of it works.
you probably just imagine like New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From TV,
It's
I just imagine the TV version of New York City.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
not realistic at all.
It's like that's like literally like a smidge of New York, and there's like upstate New York, and there's like Long Island.
Yep.
And like New York City is just its own little like thing in the middle, but people think New York is like New York City is like everything.
Yeah, it's the entire state.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, pretty much. But ooh, how did I get ferrets?
It's so random to me. I like had never known anyone with a ferret until you. And I was just like, what do you mean you have a ferret? I love it
Oh, they're so cute. Honestly, they're so cute. I went into Petco with Ash and we just like were looking at the ferrets and I think it was like I don't know. It was just like an impulse buy kind of thing. We're just like he is
though.
so cute. But they're like expensive. They're like $200 to buy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're expensive. I think they might be even more expensive now.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like hard to come by, like ever since COVID, honestly. Like
Yeah.
they pop up, like you don't see them in Petco anymore like that. But yeah, it was super impulse. Like we just thought he was like super freaking cute. And then 6 months later, we got Aria because we just kind of felt like it would be good to have like a friend because ferrets do better in like 2 or more.
Yeah.
So we got Aria, and then like 6 months after that, we got Oso. These are like old ferrets, but anyways, and then Oso passed away, and then like and then we found like this post somewhere on like Facebook. Somebody was giving away 2 ferrets, and they were named Mocha and Latte, and so they were just like for free, you know? And in my head, like the math was I'm not spending $400 on ferrets and they're coming with like their own cage, which like granted I didn't need.
Yeah.
But like you know, like you're saving a lot of money
Kind
and
of
like
making
maybe
a
it's just
profit if you're getting
yeah,
an extra
exactly.
cage.
And at the time, like my ferret had just passed away like a month before, but it almost
Aw.
felt like it came so naturally because like I had been tagged in this post with the ferret and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't really go looking for it. Like someone just kind of like reached out to me about it, and I was just like, you know what, it like.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
And so then I had 4, but I'm down to 3 now. So we have Aria, and then we renamed Mocha and Latte because I hated the names. I thought they were just like horrible names.
They're just very like cliche. You have 2 pets. What are you gonna name them?
Yeah, Mocha and Latte. So I ended up renaming them Neve and Konar, and
I
so
love
like
the
obviously
names.
because like the game. So, but yeah, they're cute. They're little cuties.
Yeah, you've had so many of them too. Like I feel like if anyone hasn't seen her stream, like all her emotes and stuff are cute little ferrets, and I'm just like, I feel like it's
Love
like your
ferrets.
little brand almost, or like your mascot. And I was just
Yeah.
like, they're so cute. They're like little
Well,
sleeky.
Yours are kind of like the
capybaras.
Yeah, the
I have my
capybaras.
little tattoo of a capybara.
Oh, but like yeah, like you know, you have your little thing too. There
Yeah.
are a couple of people who have ferrets, but oh my god, yeah, no.
I feel like you're
love
the fair
ferret emotes.
person, and I
Yeah,
love it so much.
I feel like that's what I'm known for sometimes, but maybe not. More in the past, like when they were on stream a lot more, I think so. But I think the general like person who hangs out in my stream like kind of like has that ferret like vibe kind of thing. It's kind of funny, like being known for
The
like
ferret vibe.
the girl who has ferrets, you know?
Yeah, because it's not even like you have one. You're like, I have 3 and I've had 5 over time, and I'm like, she's
Yeah.
the ferret girl, and I love it.
I had a hedgehog.
You
I
had
had
a
2 hedgehogs at one point. Yeah. But like,
Oh,
okay, here's the problem. Okay.
okay.
My whole life I've had like dogs, right? And
How did you
then-
go from dogs to cats and
Yeah.
ferrets and hedgehogs?
Yeah, so like I've only ever really had dogs, never had cats.
Mhm.
And then like while dating my boyfriend at the time, I was like in an apartment, so I couldn't really have pets. And so they did eventually tell me like a hedgehog was fine. I don't even remember how I came across like a hedgehog. I could not
Yeah.
tell you why. I just like randomly again spontaneous like on the
Yeah.
moment like let's go get a hedgehog. Like
Aw.
drove to like a fucking farm like out east and like just bought a hedgehog.
Oh my
you
god.
know?
A
And,
hedgehog
like,
farm.
Yeah, literally there was like a bunch of them and like they asked us like questions like basically to like our personality type basically and they like paired
Aw.
us with like a hedgehog that I guess was like I don't know, it was just like
It was hedgehog matchmaking?
yeah,
That
kind
is
of. It's
so
like kind of like a
cute.
dog, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
don't know. They like let us like feel out like a couple ones, I think, if I remember, and like see which one kind of like vibed with us.
That's so
But yeah, I
cute.
brought a hedgehog home and then the same thing happened where like somebody on like Facebook was giving up a hedgehog. And they like and I saw it and I was like, "Cool, let's get this hedgehog because
Aw.
we have another hedgehog." But then it just became like a I don't know. They're kind of hard to they're not hard to handle, but like, I don't know. I started off good and then I got like progressively worse at like
Okay.
handling the hedgehog. And then I became like more and more like kind of like afraid of it, like not afraid of it, but kind of because like the spikes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like even I don't know, like and then like we got ferrets at the time and ferrets were way easier than hedgehogs because you don't have to keep them like you could let them out of the cage a lot more. They're very playful, blah blah blah
Aw.
blah. So I was like, "Oh my god, like ferrets are awesome." And like they're like having a cat and a dog almost. So that's cool. And now that I've gotten cats, I feel like I'm having that same experience where
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh man, like having cats are just so much more easy." And like they just it's like having a ferret, but it's just always around, you know, and it feeds itself and it like, you know, and you don't have to walk
So
it and
cute.
it's just it's great. So I'm just having like this whole thing where like every pet I get after it, I'm like I like this one more, I like this one more. I love dogs still, by the way. Dogs are
Yeah.
still dogs and
Really?
cats,
Like, it's
man.
still top? Dang.
I love dogs, but to be honest, I do not want to take care of a dog. Like
You have to go on,
I'm
like, walk it and stuff. It's, like, a whole thing.
yeah, like cats at least you could leave them a couple of days. And like you could just kind of have somebody like pop in and check on them. My dad is calling me. LOL.
No worries.
But and but like dogs like no, they need so much attention. You have to take them for a
Yep.
walk. I'm just like I just don't think I want to be committed to a dog. But like a cat is perfect and a ferret is like
Perfect.
it's perfect. You know, they're great too, but they do require like a little more maintenance. And stuff and that like sometimes can get frustrating and
Yeah.
this is also mostly because like I don't know sometimes it's like a mental health thing for me where I just I feel very like checked out and so it's
Mhm.
hard for me to like go out of my way to like let them out and like hang out with them when I just kind of like don't want to do that
With the
and
ferrets?
it's like yeah with the ferrets it's just like it's like a bad mentality you know what I mean so it's just like I don't know that's the one thing I'll say about ferrets. Like, it's not that they're high maintenance because they're really not, but like, if you just don't have the time to take care of them, or like that, like eagerness to take care of them, I don't know. That's where it kind of becomes like difficult, and I feel like that's where I'm at a like that kind
Oh.
of stage right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe because I'm thinking about moving my painting PC downstairs to the ferret room, so like maybe they'll actually become part of the stream again when I'm
I
painting.
hope so. Oh my
Yeah, so
gosh.
we might get to see a lot more of them because I'm just like I need to I need to like hang out with them a little more.
I just want a stream of you making art with little slinky guys just walking on.
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
gosh.
exactly. That's
So
how my
cute.
stream originally was, but then I couldn't like stand trying to play the game and having them climb on me and like messing me up, especially when
Yeah.
I was like when I was like a hardcore and everything.
True.
So it got very frustrating at times when I just wanted to play the game. So
Yeah.
when I moved like rooms and everything, I brought it to like the bedroom so they could have their space. They literally have a ferret room. Like, I shit you not. They have a whole room with like their cage, with like little bin boxes of rice, bin boxes of like balls. Then they have a play pen with like the balls in it.
So
And there's
cute. I need you
They
to send me
have
a
like
picture
a cat
later.
tower.
Oh, that
they
is so
literally,
cute.
like, they have it made, man. Like, these ferrets are living it up.
I'm glad. I'm glad they're living their best little weasel lives.
I know, seriously.
So
I
cute.
always say I want to be reincarnated into a ferret.
Oh my god.
Just
I feel
feels-
like they just must have the most fun just being like just like
Yeah, they're
twisting
just
their
like
little bodies.
like
Yeah,
all the
I love it. It's so cute.
I can't wait to like show you them though, like in action, because like
Yes.
just showing them on camera is not the same as like watching them in action. They're funny.
You need to bring them to Vegas. That'd be hilarious.
my
Just the
God.
Airbnb, you pull out 3 ferrets.
Dude, imagine just like what the
I'd be like,
Oh
can
my
they
God.
sleep in my room? And I would just lay with them next to me.
Oh my god. They're like snugglers, to be fair.
I'm
But
gonna cry.
they'll get into everything, you know?
Yeah.
They're snugglers when they're tired. Like, you can't get them, like, you can't force them.
Yeah.
The same way you kind of could a cat. Like, a cat you can kind of convince. Like, a ferret is very curious, and, like, when it's out there and it's got all the energy, like, you're not stopping it. They have, like,
Oh
short
my
bursts. It's, like,
gosh.
1 hour, not even. Back to bed.
They have the zoomies for a little bit.
Yeah, they just, like, get the zoomies. You gotta get the zoomies out, like, a couple times throughout the day, and then they're, like, they'll put themselves to sleep and everything. It's really funny.
That's so cute. I love that so much.
They're, like, little adults, kind of, almost.
Little slinky adults.
Like, I go take a nap for, like, 12 hours.
Yeah, me too. I'm just like a ferret.
Mm-hmm. I wish I slept that much.
How much do you sleep? I usually sleep like 8 hours, and Robert's like, you sleep so much. And I'm like, that's a normal amount.
That is a normal amount, to be fair. I
Yeah.
don't know why it's making fun of you.
'Cause
I
he's a
get,
bully.
like 5 hours of sleep, maybe.
What?
I'm horrible.
You need to sleep
I'm
more.
horrible. Yeah, no, I know. I'm literally tired all the time.
You need to embrace your ferret lifestyle and start sleeping 12 hours. What's
Dude,
the
there
issue?
isn't enough. There aren't enough hours in the day to sleep for 12 hours. I
No,
feel
I
like
feel
I'd be
that too.
bored though at 12 hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
After 7, I'm like, all right, man. Like, we got to get going.
We gotta do stuff.
Yeah, like I'm just like at some point I'm just like, damn, I feel like a lazy piece of shit. Like I gotta.
I think
gotta
that's how
get out of
Robert
this
feels
bed.
too. And then meanwhile, like I sleep 8 hours and then I lay in bed for like an hour before I even wake up. Before
Dude,
I go to
sometimes
sleep,
I lay for like
an
3
hour.
hours. I'll be up for 3 hours in my bed, like,
It's hard to go
nap,
to bed.
snoozing in between.
Yeah.
I am not good at waking up. Waking up, not my forte. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I'm always late to every single one of my streams. Waking up is hard. I'm trying to like really discipline myself right now
Yeah.
with this.
It's hard. I used to be
I was
good
still
at
a
it.
little late,
but
I used to be good at it too, like when I was like working, like when I was working my
Okay.
like normal Monday to Friday,
yeah.
7 to 3 kind of thing. I was late a couple times there. Well, I was late every single day by like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
but I
But
did
that was
oversleep a couple
normal
times. But like,
late.
for the most part, like my sleep schedule was pretty normal. That would only
Yeah.
happen when I was just on a really bad like cycle where I would
Yeah.
like go comatose for a couple of hours. And I think my boss at one point just accepted the fact that sometimes I just you know,
Yeah, as long as they're accepting of it, who cares?
yeah, I think he just wanted to make sure I wasn't like dead or anything.
I love that they are concerned.
Oh.
But we can move on to our Q&A. I'm not good at segues. I even told Robert, I was like, I'm gonna miss having you here because you're good at segueing and I'm not.
Yeah, neither am
It's
I.
fine. I'm not casual.
No, you're a great host. Don't worry.
Thank you. I'm trying so hard.
I'm, you know, I told you I smoked before this too, so like my brain sometimes.
No,
crackle
you're like,
noises.
you're a good guest too because like I don't know what to say sometimes, but you're talking. I'm like, yes, this is great.
I'm chatty.
I like it. That's good.
Good.
Okay. We'll go with RuneScape questions first. So our
Mhm.
first question is from Chershi, who's also in our GIM. She said, "What is your absolute favorite memory in OSRS?" Also, I love you both.
Oh, love you, Church.
Favorite OSRS memory.
My favorite OSRS memory. I feel like there's so many
Yeah.
because there's so many like funny ones, you know, like they're all in their moment, like the funniest.
Mhm.
I mean,
The hardcore death.
mm,
I don't know if that'd be your favorite.
like I laugh at it now. I hate to say it because this is always the thing I go to because it's just like the funniest thing that it's like the funniest stupidest thing that like happened, but it's the
Okay.
game points thing. I don't know if you know about the game points thing.
I don't know if I know about that.
It's
What is
like,
that?
well, it's not my most famous video now. Famous, that's not the
I
word. Like
know.
most viewed.
What is this video of?
Like the most viewed, you
Yes.
know? But cuz like the Nar one with the fly has beat it out at this point, but it's
I need to watch
basically
that.
just a clip of me saying that like I figured out what GP stands for, and I said game points, and then like my friend
No.
was like cracking up, and he was like, "You mean gold pieces?" And it's just like it was like my #1 watch video always, like from like 5 years ago until the Nar clip
Oh
that
my
just came out
god.
like a couple months ago. So it's like funny, but I feel like that's just like a moment that everybody always like talks about and like remembers and everything. I don't know, but it's usually like the stupid little newbie things I remember the most.
Yeah.
Like even super early on in the game when I would like stream and my money making method was killing giant frogs in the Lumbridge
Aw.
swamps and trading them to like this guy at the Grand Tree or the like the big ass tree with everything on
Yeah.
it or whatever. And like you'd get like 1,000 GP for each one.
When's this
And I
guide
just
coming out? I need this money making guy.
dude, yeah, no, like literally like OSRS money making for dummies, right? But somebody came into my stream and they're like, "What are you doing?" Right? And
Yeah.
I like explained it to them and they were just like mind boggled because they never heard of like this method and it was just like the newbiest like little thing, you know? It was
That's
just
so
so
cute.
it
I
was
like
so
it.
stupid. It was so stupid. And like that person, I still talk to them every once in a while, like here and there and stuff, you know, like they're busy like doing their stuff or whatever. But every
Yeah.
once in a while we talk about it and he just like brings it up and I just find it to be like one of those like you know when people post on Reddit like cute noob things, you
Yes.
know?
It's
Like
like
on
that.
OSR. Yeah, it was like
I'm like, why
that
are
is
you
like
doing
my
this?
and it probably was just like the cutest thing at the time and I was just like, "Oh, like I don't know, in my mind I was like, yeah, I don't know, I just
Yeah, it seems
I
like a
rely
good
on
idea.
the OSRS wiki for like everything. So unless somebody like tells me a better method or anything, like whatever I have like researched, and I do like a decent amount of research, but like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's different when like because I guess in the beginning when I first started streaming, I obviously like wasn't I don't know, like I was just like a little small little content creator and like
Yeah.
not that I'm a huge one, but like, you know, there's a difference obviously between having like 10 viewers and having like maybe 40, 50 viewers. And so
Yeah.
like I didn't have people to tell me things at that time as much as I do now. So I feel like I get fixed a lot more like along
Yeah.
the way kind of now.
Also, there's
And back
always
then
people
it
who
was just
just
like I'm vibing.
people just sometimes don't say stuff either. Like you could have a lot of people and people are just like, "Yeah, I just wanted to see what you're going to do." And I'm like, "What? Why didn't anyone just
Oh,
tell
dude,
me?"
that happens to me all the time.
I
Like it
hate it.
literally happened to me today where somebody like decided to tell me about the mini game teleport like
Which
after I completely walked the path and then I f***ed it up again and then I was just like, "Oh my god, I just walked it for no reason, right?" And then
the
they were
winter
like, "You know,
top
you
one?
could No, it was I was like going to Hasidius and it was Tithe Farm. It was like the Tithe Farm
Oh
telly.
yeah. Oh
And
no.
like I forget that it like exists and everything. And so I don't know, I just like wasted my time walking and then I like up, and I had to get back there again for a second time. Like, oh my god, Nella, like, what are you doing right now? Like, like
Yeah.
AOL brain. But and then I was like, why didn't you say this before I walked it the first time? And he was like,
Just wanted to see what would happen.
he let me cook, He was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, run with it,
Dude.
It's like, man, you guys suck. Like, you let me do stupid shit, like, and don't stop
for
me.
the content.
Yeah, they enjoy like bullying me.
Oh my god.
I'm sure your chat does too. So
no, I guess this could be like it's one of my favorite now because it's hilarious. I'll say a regular RuneScape one first. My first like regular one was whenever I was like a newer player, I was at the GE and someone was like, I'm gonna drop an Elysian shield and T-bow, and then everyone was stacked in the same spot because they were dropping it there, and I got an Elysian and I got 600 mil. So I was able to. That's how I got all my gear, and I didn't realize how big of a deal that was until like 2 years later. Until I tell people and they're like, "Wait, what the?" And I'm like, "Oh, is that like crazy? I didn't realize."
yeah,
So that's one of my favorite. But
that's cool as
it was really cool, and I was like, I wonder if there's a video
picking up
somewhere.
items.
Shut up. You're like, I wouldn't get it.
I don't know what that feels like.
Sorry. It's okay. We'll drop stuff on the hardcore GIM for you to pick up. I'll just like drop shrimps and you could pick them up to feel happy.
Don't you hate when you try to like put something in there and it's like it's not tradable, it's not tradable? I'm like, what's the
Oh my
fucking
god.
point?
I know
What
what's
is
the
the
point?
point?
Why are we here?
I'm like, I can't even trade it to them. Like, what is wrong with
Yeah.
this?
That's the point of it. But one of the other things that it's like one of my favorite streaming memories now because it's just so ridiculous. I was doing fight caves and like I get really tired the first like after like 30 minutes into the stream for like an hour. I always have like I hit a brick wall. Like I get so tired. Like that's usually when I'll go and like make coffee even though I stream at night. But I was doing fight caves, which are already boring early on. And nobody in the chat was talking at all. Like I was just kind of like mumbling to myself, so it wasn't just sitting in silence. But I was sitting there talking to myself, and I think that I fell asleep while I was streaming. Because I was struggling to keep my eyes open. I remember my eyes like kept closing and stuff, and I was like struggling. And I was like talking to try and stay awake, and I was like, oh, I wish I would have brought more pots. I'm not gonna have enough pots. And my entire inventory was full of pots. So I was just like fully going crazy. And then somebody played the John Cena noise to wake me up. And then I talked about it later, and one of my mods was like, this is shout out to you, Wraith. I was talking about later, and one of my mods was like, oh yeah, I was watching that happen. And was like, yeah, I'm just gonna see where this goes. And I was like, why wouldn't you talk to me? I literally fell asleep on stream. It was
Oh man.
It was bad. It made me sleepy. I get sleepy really easily. I feel like I could just fall asleep anywhere.
Have you ever done a 24-hour?
Yes. It sucked. I don't want to do it again.
At one point you hit like that brick wall where you get so tired and it's so hard, and then eventually you get like a second win, but like when you get tired streaming, I've had times where I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to like I don't want to be the person who falls asleep on stream. I get very like anxious about that.
Yeah, don't be. It's not fun.
Yeah. I'll be like, I'll literally like panic. Like I'm always like, what stupid thing am I gonna do on stream today?
Hopefully not fall asleep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was just like panic about like,
things like that.
I guess that's kind of normal though.
Whenever it happened, it woke me up because the embarrassment I felt and like the anxiety almost, because I felt mortified. I felt like a chill go down my body because I was just like, no, that would literally be me. I was like, no way that just happened. So it has happened since. Now I know when I get tired, I'm like, I'm gonna go walk around the apartment for a second because I'm dying.
Yeah, do a couple loops. I used to do that at my last job. I would get really tired at one point, and Debbie would be like, go for a walk, and I would just like do some circles around the office.
You gotta do
just
it
to like get some blood pumping. But oh my god, yeah, like sometimes I just get so tired. Like,
yeah. Especially like streaming, like just staring at your computer too, and your chair's all comfy, and you're just like, I could just zone out and take a nap right now. Why not?
Well, yeah, and like, do you ever forget you're streaming because like chat is not chatting, and you're just like, I'm here.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten to be like a worse streamer lately. Like I sometimes because maybe it's just because I'm looking for a part-time job, so I'm like less worried about being a good streamer, but I've just been like not as like chatty sometimes. If I'm like tired and I'm like, you know what, I'm just not gonna talk. They could just deal with it, and I just like sit there in
Dude,
silence.
that's literally what I do, honestly.
I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling it right now. I can't even fake it.
And like, I feel like you shouldn't have to either.
True. It
You
could
know.
be hard to.
Yeah. No,
But we
definitely.
could move on to our next one.
Mhm.
Laser from my Twitch chat said, "What do you think of quest bosses that you can refight for better times having a pet drop? For example, the Fragment of Saren in Galvic."
I'm gonna say no.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I feel like you just can't have a pet everywhere in the game.
Fair. I'm just
And it's
greedy.
also yeah, no. I definitely get it. Cuz like I think pets are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for like adding more pets into the game, but I don't know. I just don't think like refighting a boss like for something that's kind of already done.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
might be weird to like put them in that much later too.
Yeah, cuz like you have to think about it from I don't know, from like a I mean, I don't know. I guess like cuz other things are also in quest, right? Like certain
Mm-hmm.
bosses and then you can keep like
Yeah, it
re-killing
is kind of
them.
like Vorkath, like Galvic. You just go back.
Yeah.
It just feels
Yeah.
different a little bit because
It's
they're like
more mostly
instanced.
Vorkath and like is Zulrah in a quest?
No, but the DT2 bosses now, 4 ones from a quest that you can fight. All like the Duke and stuff.
Well, so then I guess does that answer that question essentially in a way?
Yeah, but like ones that don't already have pets.
Like you're
They
saying
can just
like
leave it alone.
yeah, I feel like at that point it's like too far gone.
Yeah.
I'm not super into changing. Like I'm definitely a person who is very much into like keeping the game as it is to a certain extent. Like I
Just
think
one
from
of those players.
I haven't voted on anything by the way. I will say I've never voted.
Oh,
But
that's crazy.
I don't vote because I feel like I don't know enough about the game
Fair.
and I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like I'd rather not get involved. Like I just let other people kind of decide because I just feel like
Yeah.
my opinion would be like maybe based on like not full knowledge of things, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, am I ruining the game like by
Sometimes
voting
I skip
incorrectly?
stuff because I'm like, I don't know how the majority of people feel about this, and I
Yeah.
don't care strongly enough, so I'll just skip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So I've literally like never done a poll. I don't even really know
That's
how to.
crazy.
I think I might have read the polls like once or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know, yeah, like I'm very into like certain foundational things about the game like being the same. Like I
Mm-hmm.
definitely am not for like sailing as a skill. I'm for sailing as like a thing.
Yes,
I'm just
that you
not
could do.
for it like as a skill. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like I
still
just
kind of weirded out how it's gonna work as a skill.
yeah, I don't know, like 2277, right? 2277? Like
Yeah.
this sounds right. It's kind of just like a perfect little number. I don't know. But also I just feel like you add one skill, you add another skill, you add another skill, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
like the game is not like nostalgic the way it's supposed to be. And I just feel as if you can add things into the game without having to add like without
Changing the
changing like
foundation.
foundational like things
Yeah.
of the game. Like you sailing why does it need to be a skill? Why can't, you know what I mean? Like Temperos and like Guardians of the Rift and like I don't really know when Winter Todd came out, but at least those
A
mini
while
games
ago.
came out in my time. And so I don't know. You know, you kind of get what I don't know.
No,
Like it
I know
just
what you
doesn't.
mean.
They're just like extra things, but you don't touch anything. It just helps you skill what is
Yeah.
already there. Like it just gives you options to how you want to do it. I think you still
Yeah.
have to do the skilling portion of it, which is the main part of like RuneScape, but you know, you can choose the way you can give people options at least so that they
Yeah.
can choose how they want to get it. Do you want to be like sweaty and do it this way? That's perfectly fine. Or like we were saying earlier, you could do Guardians of the Rift. It's slower, but
Yeah.
like at least you can like you know, it's just a different like pace of content. You could do it with other people. You can also choose to do it alone. You could do it in Mass Worlds, like whatever it is. And then you can even switch back and forth, like various methods. Like I do that. Like I do Guardians of the Rift and I run Blood Essence like during like painting streams and stuff.
Yeah.
So like it's just nice to have that kind of variety and like nothing is touched. Like
they're not
from
changing
like,
like
that
the
sound,
skills and stuff. Yeah.
exactly. So I think that's just like my only thing about it, but I'm all for like adding things, adding quests, like expanding the game. I think all of that is super cool. Just I think there is a part of OS that is like it's old school and it should stay the way it is. Otherwise, it's going to just literally become like the same issue that it was the first time around.
Yeah.
Which is why we have god awful RS3. But anyways.
God awful RS3. Sorry, new RuneScape 3 listeners.
I've never played it before.
I
honestly,
actually heard it was fun, but that is totally different and not the same game.
I hear good things, but you will never catch me playing RS3. I don't care.
Now
I will never play it.
Yeah, you can't, just on the principle of the matter.
Gun to the head. I'm not giving in.
God, I'd rather die.
I would rather die than play RS3.
Not dramatic
at all.
I
must live the meme down till the day I die.
They can put on your tombstone. She never played RS3. You have that going for you.
So notable, honestly.
Yeah. I like that though. I mean, I want there to be more skills, but also I feel like that's fair. I like new things. Yeah. I don't even have a reason for it. I just like new things.
New things is fun. I haven't even done Desert Treasure 2. I don't plan to for like a good while. At this point, it doesn't even have anything to do with quest. I'm just so like focused on wanting to go to Inferno that I just I don't want to like off path, and I already like off path with like the hardcore group Iron Man and like doing Tob once a week and doing like other raids once a week. Like
you stay focused on the plan.
Yeah, but I make sure also that I try to like get like the other things in so I can like get to my goal of Inferno. So that's kind of like my goal right now. And I think once I have an Infernal Cape, then I will tackle Desert Treasure 2.
That'll be a flex to do it with Infernal Cape first.
I know.
That's a good one. I do like that.
The content will be dead by then. People won't be doing it the same way they are now.
People are gonna want that.
I'll bring it back.
You'll bring it back and everyone will see you doing it and be like, wow, that looks kind of fun. And they'll just start copying you.
Remember when we did that?
Yeah. So retro. Next up is from Wraith on Discord. Who he also provided an answer for himself. So, what in-game experience was the biggest reality check for you? And he said, I thought learning Tob would be as fun as learning Chambers, and boy was I wrong. For whatever reason, they designed Tob to be such an awful experience for the uninitiated. Tob's your favorite raid, so I don't know if this is spicy to you. Finding a team as someone with no experience is nearly impossible. Finding a mentor willing to take learners is rare. Finding solid players to raid with who aren't toxic is a struggle. The content rewards players who take unnecessary risk and penalizes the entire team for each other's mistakes. It's not very social because it requires constant attention and little room for error. It's the first time I realized there was content in this game that might be out of reach. He sent this like back in April and now he's run some Tobs, so.
Oh.
He's adjusted since then. But what was the biggest reality check?
Also, I do have like responses to that.
Ooh, you can respond first if you'd like. Whatever you prefer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll respond first. I actually agree with him. I do think that Tob is it's got like a bubble around it almost. Like it's like a protected little baby, and if you it's definitely like who you know. I definitely am like just lucky that I happen to know people who like Tob. And so even before I started raiding with Terran a lot, which is pretty much like the main person I raid at Tob with
like
now.
A tobbing fiend.
Yeah, he's like top 10. I'm pretty sure he's like, he might be like 4 or something right now. Like,
oh my God.
Like 4th overall.
So cool.
In total KC. Like he's closing in on 10K right now. But, so like, you know, I raided with people before, but like I was always just lucky to have somebody, you know, to be able to raid with me and like take me the entire time. And to be honest, it is probably because like I am a girl, no offense, Aaron, but like it probably is because I am a girl. You know, my first raid ever at Top, I was streaming, I was live, and this person came into my stream. This guy came into my stream, and he was just like, "Yo, like a bunch of us want to just like carry you in like Top or whatever," and that was like their thing. Like, I don't want to sit here and say like usernames or whatever, but anyways, like they're like somewhat well known in the community for doing things like that, like carrying like e-girls or whatever. And so like obviously that was like why I got carried, but it was like it was like an opportunity for me. I was like, cool, like I get to learn like this new content, right? And I thought it was so cool. And then eventually I started like finagled my way into Top somehow just from like people I knew, and then people started like teaching me, and I just became obsessed with it. And then like I don't know, ever since I started raiding with Taryn as well, like I'm just like Top, like, you know what I mean? Because I think I've learned like a lot from raiding with him, like because he has so much like knowledge.
Yeah, with like
And so
10,000 KC.
yeah,
You're better.
so like you know, it's like you're getting taught basically by like a top god.
Yeah, literally.
So like I've been very fortunate, but I will say, and I've heard from a lot of other people in the community say, that it is like essentially like gate-kept content, that if you don't know the right person, like people don't want to go with you, or you have to like go to
100%.
416s, or you have to like find like, I guess We Do Raids like does stuff like that.
But I've not heard great things about some people on We Do Raids.
Yeah, no, I haven't either. It's, you know, it's a hit or miss. Some people love it, some people hate it. I've never done it personally. But no, it definitely is like content that if you just don't know the right people, people not want to raid with you because your KC level is like too low.
I know, it's kind of annoying.
It's like trying to get a job, you know what I mean? Like everything says entry level. Everything says entry level, but like the gear requirements and like the stat requirements and the KC requirements, like nope, never mind.
I feel like it's easier, not even necessarily like if you're a girl, but even if you just stream at all, to find people to go with you, because people like, I've noticed that, like, I never really thought about it. People just like to do stuff with streamers. Maybe they just like to see themselves on stream, or maybe they just want to be there if we get a big drop or something. But yeah, so like sometimes people come by in the chat and they're like, I need someone to teach me Top, and no one will go with me, and I'll try to hook them up with someone else in my chat who doesn't mind teaching, and I'm like, yo, take them.
Yeah, I mean, I do the same thing too. Like when people bring up Top, and I'll say this, like for people who want to like learn and whatnot, like Taryn takes viewers all the time. Like he used to like, I think, have like more, I don't want to use the word standards because that sounds kind of like ego-y.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though. Like he used to have like rules who could go, kind of.
Yeah, like he used to want to not really go with learners. Like he didn't want to go with learners, but like now he's a little more flexible with it. He's like, as long as you have a general understanding of like the rooms, he will take you, basically. So I will say, for anybody who like does want to learn and get like Casey in, you should definitely check out Taryn. Shout out Taryn, Taran. But anyways, like he's great to learn from, and so I always tell people who say it to me, I'm like, you should like coming out in Taryn's stream, because like we do a lot of like viewer tops and stuff. So
yeah, I think people just, they don't know where to go, so it's just like you have to like hook them up with someone.
Yeah, exactly. But that's definitely like a really good place to go, and somebody who will like not mind taking you.
Yeah.
And at least it's not like you're doing like We Do Raids or whatever, and like you
that
know,
could be a mixed bag. It could be good or bad.
It could be good or bad. 416 could be good or bad. Like you never know. So it's just like, I don't know. It's like a safe option. But I will say, like content wise, it's hard to think specifically because I feel like,
I mean, you could have just not hit anything that was like bad for you yet.
But you want to know what I get very frustrated with, and it's Toa. It is Toa.
Really?
Like 150 solos are fine. I've been trying to close in on 220s solo. And I know in one sense it's also because like I think sometimes I forget that like my gear is not like top notch. You know what I mean? Like I have Bandos, I don't have Torva. I have Crystal, which is good. My mage gear is like, it's half Arams and it's half Mystic. You know, I mean,
yeah.
I do. I have the Sang staff. Don't get me wrong, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have like maxed out gear by any means. So like, I think I need to stop being hard on myself.
Yeah.
But like, I'm so frustrated trying to get through these 220s like solos, and it's like I know I can do it, and it just constantly humbles me.
Yep.
And so I thought because I had done so much Tob at one point, and I have like a pretty decent amount of like chambers, like I would say like I'm decent at chambers, like I'm decent at Tob. So I'm like, all right, here, another raid. Like raiding is my favorite content, right?
Yeah.
So I go to Toa and it's like humbled, humbled, you suck at raiding. You know? And I'm like,
You're
so
just
it drives
learning.
Me, it drives me mad. So I would say that that's like my content where I don't know, not maybe necessarily answering his question to a T, but just I guess
okay.
maybe like that's kind of like my brick wall right now, and
Yeah.
like where I get like really frustrated.
Yeah,
And
solo
yeah.
TOAs make me feel like that too, because I do so many like group raids, and I guess like I have similar gear to you, which is funny because I could just use the GE. I just don't have all the gold for it. But like,
Yeah.
plus I have ancestral for the mage though. But like, I go and do a solo, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have like Torva and stuff, so like I'm not hitting as hard with the melees. Like I'm not hitting Zabak as hard because I don't have like a T-bow. So like solos can be really frustrating, and I don't know how to red X. I red X once successfully and like saved the team, and then I was trying to do a solo 400 the other week, and I was like about to cry because I couldn't do it, and I was like, I hate Baba.
No, I literally know the feeling, and it literally has been Baba, but I started changing my rotation. Somebody in chat was like, why don't you do Baba first? And I was like, wait, why not do Baba Kefri? Like, you know, that is smart. So
I was doing it first, so I never got past Baba. I tried it twice and then just left. I was like, I'm done.
But you're trying a 400, man. I'm trying a 220. So kudos to you for doing or trying to do a 400 because I am like screaming trying to do the 220, but I know I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's that content that has like severely humbled me and made me remember like you kind of suck at this game. And
No,
I'm
you
like,
don't.
Cool.
Are you live when you're doing it too?
Yeah.
That makes it so much worse too. It's live, and like I don't know about your chat, but sometimes people will say stuff and it's like they're doing banter, but it makes me like a little bit self-conscious. They're like, oh, you don't even know how to red X. And then I'm like, yeah, I can. And then I'm like, never mind, I don't know how to red X because you just said that. Like I can't even remember how to do it. It makes it
I think
way harder.
It happens though, because like I know how to red X Baba from like the first position, and then like just if he's like in the not right after boulders or whatever, not from like the top, but from the bottom I can, and from like the middle. But and I could like butterfly and stuff, but when it comes to I don't know, the other day I was doing it and I could not for the life of me at it like while I was streaming. And I was getting so frustrated because I know I can do it.
Yeah.
But then like in that moment I just could not do it, and I kept it up and it up. And I think it was when I was trying to do those solo 220s, and I was just getting so frustrated because I'm like, you know,
when
like,
you know you can do it and you keep messing up and people are watching, it's just like
no, exactly.
I
and I'm like,
swear to God,
I
could do it.
embarrassing myself.
Literally.
But no, like that happens like when, you know, it's different when you're not streaming.
Yeah.
You can like fully concentrate on like what you're doing because you're not trying to like
glance
be an
at chat
entertainer.
And talk
glance at chat, like all that, you know, all the multitasking. So I definitely agree with you on that, and that happens to me like all the time. I'm not a good multitasker, so
same.
I definitely play better when I'm like hanging out in Discord with the boys and I'm just like playing and not paying attention.
I just need to not talk to anyone. That's why I can't VC during stream either. I get too distracted. I'm like, no one talk to me. I just need to like zone out listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, the answer to the question, I got so distracted. Probably solo TOAs and Top, because Top I'm like almost 50 KC and it just still annoys the out of me. I refuse to watch a guide though. I am just having people in chat tell me what to do, and I'm copying them because I hate watching guides.
You can come with me and I will tell you.
Yes, please. I'm down.
I'll help you. I'll help you with all the knowledge I do have.
That sounds perfect. You have
I only really know melee DPS and range DPS, so
that's okay. I know
I'll
melee.
Get back to you
know range.
Mage.
We're fine. I don't need to learn a mage. It's fine. Someone else will do mage.
Yeah, we just get an e-boy carry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll get
Taryn.
well, it could be Taryn and then what is it, Dadding?
Oh yeah. I always
Yeah.
say dating. I say his name wrong, and at this point, it's just I'm committed to the bit. I'm just gonna keep saying
I have
it.
the same thing. I have somebody in my chat named I call him Rogus, but it's Rojuice. It's a J, it's not a G, but
I like yours more.
I think Rogus sounds better, right? So
Yeah, it sounds cool.
I changed. It's been a thing for years at this point, so it's
Yeah.
well established.
You know, they're all fake names anyway.
Yeah. I just usually add like rhymes towards the end of their names or whatever, or add like Y's anyway. So
I've just given up on trying to say full names, and I'll just say the first part of people's names now. Like, someone has a long name, I'll just say like the first 3 letters and be like, can I just call you that? Hi. Like, I can't.
I feel bad though sometimes, like when someone follows me, if I don't acknowledge like the full username, but then I'm also just like
Yep.
you know,
That's what I used
because I'm
to
trying
do.
to like read it and I'm like, what does
You
that
know,
say? And then
well-
usually chat can like understand it, like they decipher it, and I just can't.
in the moment, especially like, you know, I don't know if people realize this or not, but like people will have usernames that they will spell differently to sound like slurs and stuff to try and trick you
yeah.
into saying stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like
Mhm.
really scared of that. The only times I've fallen for stuff like that is like just like weird sexual things, but people are like, don't say that, and it freaks me out. And I'm like, what did I say? Someone needs to tell me what I just said.
Oh yeah,
I
like
haven't
I
said anything too
swallow.
bad. Yeah, stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no. I get scared with like the really sus ones, but
Yeah. Those are the ones
to be
that
honest, I haven't had too
just a
much of
little
that
bit.
recently, so
Well, good. I'm glad. Maybe
the
they'll
Twitch
just
chat
leave.
is growing up. Maybe
Oh God, I hope so.
it's not.
It never will.
Yeah, no.
All right. Next up is from Hariger. This is a longer question. It's actually just an idea of theirs that they want to know our thoughts. So
Okay.
it's time to party with the trolls. A new bowling alley is introduced in Trollheim where players can challenge each other to a test of strength, range, and smithing in a wagering bowling event. Players can challenge other players in the lobby where they wager just like in the duel arena. That would get abused. I would like to pause there to say that that would probably not end well, just like the duel arena.
Probably. Yeah.
Then strength and range determine the likelihood of taking a good shot in the bowling alley, and smithing contributes to the creation of your own bowling balls. Imagine this being a very unpopular minigame after a week, so maybe it can be some sort of anniversary event for the introduction of Trollheim into the game. Actually, that's a better idea than I just proposed. What about some sort of special? I like that he just like kept all of his thought process.
It is like literally like train of consciousness,
know.
right?
That's how I type too.
Right? Or thought of conscious. I don't know. Something
No, I know,
like that.
I know what you mean. Just like
Yeah.
typing as you're thinking, you're like, let's just go with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. I love that.
So, what about some sort of special event for big anniversaries or updates? Like an anniversary God Wars dungeon that Zamark himself crashes for a short time. Stuff like that. Thoughts? So, a bowling alley
like it.
event and then just like random special events that could be like little games. I mean, I like the bowling alley for an event. That sounds like it could be like a birthday event, but it's a pay to play area.
I think I like it. I think it's cute. I don't think it like negatively affects the game in any way. Like it's just cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for some reason, when you were saying that, I could not stop thinking about Sonic Adventure 2 with the
Oh.
chows. When you would make them like race each other, right? And stuff.
I
You
was
brought
thinking,
them to that little cave,
yeah.
and they would like, you know.
When you said Sonic, I was thinking of the drive-through. It sounds like slushy.
Oh, dude,
That
Sonic
sounds
sounds
good.
really good
Yeah,
right now.
that
not
sounds
gonna
really
lie. That sounds so good. The freaking cheddar peppers, the jalapeno popper thingies.
Oh, I never had those in Nigeria. I should have tried it. I just go for the cherry limeade slush.
They're so good. Oh no, they have like really good food. But yeah, I get their Oreo chocolate shakes too. Not
Oh,
a
that sounds so
not
good.
a Oreo shake, but like an Oreo chocolate shake. So instead of vanilla ice
better.
cream, it's chocolate ice cream. And I'm not a chocolate person, like chocolate ice cream person, but for some reason, an Oreo chocolate shake is way better than like cookies and cream. Like
That's surprising.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I'm not-
why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's so good. You should
I'm
try it
gonna
one day.
have an ice cream thing after this. We have little ice cream
Yeah.
bars we got at Costco.
Oh, I got the orange bars, you know, like the buddy bars, and then I
Mm-hmm.
have half baked, and then I have dulce de leche. I'm stocked up on ice cream right now.
I'm
Yeah, I got a lot
jealous.
going on over there.
I envy you.
You're making me want it now. Thank you.
I know. It's like we only have a few
but-
more questions. Let me get ice cream.
no, you're fine. I think it's a cute idea. Like it doesn't affect the game in any way. But yeah, I just for some reason thought about like the Sonic thing, but and like bringing them to like band class or whatever. But shout out. What a time to be alive playing
Yeah.
Sonic on the GameCube.
Aw. I never had a GameCube. My friend did, and sometimes I could play on hers.
Oh, GameCube is best in slot. When we talk about like our favorite consoles, it's always GameCube for me.
Really?
Also, I really would like to know what like everyone's favorite console is. So,
Nintendo DS was
I
like
wanna hear.
my first. Well, I'll
Nintendo
ask
DS.
that. They have like a on Spotify. You can like ask questions. I'll put your favorite gaming console.
Ooh, cool,
Mhm.
cool, cool. Yeah,
I got you.
I
Yeah,
love to
DS was
know.
my first, so I'll say that. Or is it? Or is it Game Boy? The one that like you hold sideways, like almost like a Switch, but like old version.
I think
I
the
don't know.
Game Boy Advance.
It might have been that. I like that. That was fun. I like handheld
Yeah,
consoles.
cause there was like the Game Boy Color, which was like the square one.
Yeah, I
without a,
didn't
like,
have the tall
screen.
one.
And I had like a purple see-through one. It was pretty cool. You know how like
Oh, I
everything
know
back in the
exactly
day
what
was
you
like the
mean.
see-through? Yes,
My
yeah. So I had that
earbuds are
one.
like that on the inside. You can
Yeah.
like see.
And I know my brother had the Game Boy Advance, which was like kind of like this size, and you
That
hold
looks-
it like this.
That looks like what we
And
had
then they
then.
came out with like the Game Boy Advanced SP, which was the flippy one. I have that one.
I forgot about
also.
those.
I have that one over there. I have like a blue sapphire one.
That's so
And
cute.
then God, I don't know. At that point I stopped. Like I think I moved on to consoles at one point and I didn't really
Mhm.
go back to like handheld. It
I
became
actually
cell
love
phones.
handheld. I love handheld games because I could just lay on the couch.
Oh, I
and
do
play
too.
it.
I do. Like I like my Switch, but I really don't play it a lot. I should play it more. But
I was
I
playing
don't play
Animal
it as much
Crossing
here, you know?
when I was waiting for
Uh,
you. My
I
controllers
started-
don't
I
connect
played
anymore.
for like a week. Dude, speaking of Animal Crossing, I have the Animal Crossing Switch.
Me too.
Dude, I had to have it. Like, it took
It's
me
so
a couple years to get it, but I eventually got my hands on it.
We
like,
could
a
have
year,
done
however
one
long it
like at Target, just anyone, and I was like, let's just order one online so we could get the Animal Crossing one because it's just so cute and I love Animal Crossing.
Oh, did you have to like pay more for it though? Because like you found it.
No, it was the same
Like-
price, thank God. It was
Oh,
from like
shit, yeah.
it was still from like a gaming store. We didn't get it until 2021, so it'd already been out like a year. It wasn't as
Yeah.
popular.
I got
but-
mine. I got mine sometime in like the last 6 months or something.
Oh, nice.
And I got it for like literally regular retail, and I was just like,
Good.
oh hell yeah! Like, and then I sold my actual Switch that I had originally bought to my best friend Erica for like
Aw.
$200. Like, I was like, I'll give it to you for like $200
Dang. Oh my gosh, a good
or some
friend.
shit like that. And so yeah, so she's paying me in installments right now, but I don't care because
I love
I
that.
feel like even you know what I mean. Like the money came and went like one way or another, but like I
Yeah.
really wanted the Animal Crossing one, but it wasn't because of the Animal Crossing. I just literally wanted the pastel Joy-Cons because I'm
Pastel's your
obsessed with pastel
favorite?
color. Yep. I love pastel.
Whenever you're making like the little announcement saying you're gonna be on a podcast, Robert was like, "What color should I put?" And I was like, "She likes pastels." So he went to your page and like copied the colors for it.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, he put in
I
the
love
effort.
Wow. And he flipped me the other way, you said, right?
Yeah, he was like,
I didn't
"It's
even
just."
notice. Honestly.
He was like, "It just looks right," because I guess like it looks like you're looking more at us, and I was like, "Okay, whatever your artistic vision is, that's fine." I can't
I'm
edit,
fine
so
either way.
yeah.
We were talking about being backwards earlier, right? Like, I'm like, am I backwards right now?
Yeah,
Like, compared to where
our-
I am for stream?
Our cameras are different.
I find that
Actually,
so weird.
You might not.
Do you feel like
be.
Do you feel like you're like uglier in one cam from the other? Like flip wise? No. Like if your camera is
Oh, like
literally
it's
like this
mirrored?
flip, yeah. I keep
Yeah.
hitting my mic.
Sometimes.
But like flipped, I feel like I look at myself and I'm like, I look weird.
Yeah. It's like
that's
I don't
not,
think
that's another person. That's Patricia. That's not me.
Patricia. I feel that. I don't feel like it's like ugly, but it's like this looks like if I had like a sister who had like similar like features to me or something. Like it's just me in an
Yeah, but
alternate
like
universe.
wasn't identical, right? Even
Yeah.
though it's like literally identical, it'd be like that is, but
It's just
that's not
'cause-
identical.
Yeah, it's just different. And then like knowing like
I feel uglier when I see it. Like I'm just like,
no, you're
like,
still
that's
pretty either
weird.
way. No.
I mean, thank you, but I don't know. It's just like weird when I see it. I'm like, why does my head look like that?
It's because you're not used to seeing yourself like
Yeah,
that.
no, it's definitely so weird.
I
Now
feel
I'm
that,
wondering. I'm
though.
like, when I look at stream, I'm like, where do I look?
Isn't
know,
it
I'm
a
gonna-
thing like how you look at yourself in the mirror? That's not what you look like to other people. Like they see the mirror.
Don't even say that to me. Don't even say that to me. I'll scream.
I don't know if I'm getting it backwards, but
No, I
We
think
don't need
that's
to
pretty much
overthink
what it
this.
is. No,
We're gonna
it is what it
spiral.
is because you're like the way you see yourself is obviously not the way people see you because like they literally do see you reflected the opposite way.
I don't like that we're never gonna see ourselves for real. We only ever see our reflection. This is existential crises with Bunebape and Nunu. I gotta go. Anyway,
Not having a good time.
Trollheim bowling took us here somehow.
Yeah, dude, how did we?
I don't know. We have.
I'll give it a thumbs up. I think it's cool. It's a cool
I like
concept.
it. I think it'd
I'd
be cute for
explore it.
anniversaries more. But
Also,
yeah,
I feel like trolls should be able to wear Santa hats during Christmas, right? Like all of them
That'd be
walking around
so-
with Santa hats.
that'd be so
Right.
festive for no reason, and I'd love it.
Yeah, like come on.
That sounds so cute. All right, one last RuneScape and then a few more in real life. But
Okay.
Matt on Discord also had an idea. So, what do you think about a new Grandmaster Ham quest? It'll be the largest Slayer quest to date and involves helping the Ham followers get revenge on an army of monsters that invaded and burned their hideout. In order to fight the monster army, you must seek the advice and training from the new highest requirement Slayer Master in the game. As a reward of the quest completion, you unlock new Slayer techniques and monsters, the new Slayer Master, the Gilded Ham Robes, and the Ham Burger recipe, which is a new goblin meat. Oh my god! Goblin meat burger recipe requiring high cooking. First of all, that's insane that you want to cook goblins. I mean, we're cooking everything else in the game, I guess, but
Dude, this
That's
is like
what's up.
SpongeBob all over again. The Krabby Patty formula.
wait, what was it again? Was it fish or
Wasn't
something?
it like crab?
It might have been. I feel like I watched it as a
Because
kid.
he's literally the only crab.
Yeah. I feel like I watched it as a kid and like maybe didn't process because I was like a dumb kid.
Yeah. No, the same thing happened to me, but I feel like this is like the same thing happening. Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna know like that it's the goblins that they're eating.
Are we just eating like Xanax? She's our homie.
Is this like yo? I love Xanax. I'm totally gonna cosplay her one day.
I
Fuck yeah.
cosplayed her once. It was so fun. I have green.
Oh my god! Stop! I
Wait,
love that.
I should bring the green face paint to Vegas and we'll just dress up as goblins.
Oh my god! Can we just dress up like Vanek?
Yeah, we can. I like my plans for
And
Twitch.
then
I'm like,
hit
let's
up like the casino.
hit up the casino
we
just
gotta-
painted green.
Do we have to walk like her too, though? Like
Oh yeah, like all
like
that's just how I walk normally, so that's perfect.
yeah. My back right now is like a bendy straw. I was saying to the other day, it was like
Literally.
like, it just literally. I've been slouching so bad like the
Oh my
past
god.
1 week. Like I visibly see it and I physically feel it.
Oh no.
I'm like what is wrong with me right now?
I feel
But
that.
okay, so the question, I mean,
the
I'm down for
quest.
another quest line.
But what I'm not sure about is why would we be on Ham's side? Ham's the bad guys. Which, I mean, doesn't totally make sense because we're killing monsters all the time. But, like,
I gotta be honest, I'm not into the lore. I don't read any of it. So storyline wise,
it's
I'm lost.
humans against monsters. And they try to kill Xanax. They try to
Oh.
kill our homie. That's
Oh,
all you need
shit.
to know.
That's true.
Would you eat
Well,
Xanax?
I
in a
mean, I'm
burger?
down for I'm down for another quest line. I do like the pun though, I will say.
The hamburger?
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was actually really good. I had to pause. And be
I
like, oh.
honestly like it sells it for me.
Yeah, no, that was good. I think it'd be
That's like the gravel hit for me.
the gavel. Wait, is it gravel?
Oh,
What's it
no,
called?
it's a gavel. Just
Oh.
ignore me.
No, it's fine. I thought I got it wrong. I said gavel, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know.
No, but now I've said gravel, so
I like to imagine
think-
you just like sprinkling a bunch of rocks onto your desk for dramatic effect. Yeah, the gravel hit.
like the salt.
Yeah, but with
thing,
gravel.
But with gravel.
My gravel bay.
Oh, I love that.
I like it, but I'd want it to somehow be that we're tricking Ham because I love Xanax and I'm on her side forever. But
I'm
like
with
Thoroughwood
you on
ideas.
that.
Mhm.
I f- with that. No, I f- with
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I like her. She's chill.
Yeah. But I'm all for the quest though in general. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I just love quests. Like anytime anyone says a quest idea, I'm like, I love it. Sure,
questing
more
is
quests are fun. It's
Why
fun.
not?
Just chill.
Yeah. Get some XP, you know?
Yeah, why not? And I like the fashion
No.
scape too.
The skillers will be like, no.
And I'm just like, too bad. All right. We have a couple in real life questions. They're both not legitimate questions, but that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I mean, this
There's
one
nothing
is
wrong.
real, but Ivor is like one of our mods and always asks the weirdest questions.
Oh, God.
So he said, "What's what's your favorite delusion?" I personally believe people would have no reason to ever take advantage of me and get a sick high off of unwisely trusting in human good nature and then being disappointed when I get f***ed over rather than being some overly cautious cringe lord who thinks they're important enough to get f***ed with. Like, wow, bro, you gonna steal my wife too? Have fun, idiot. LOL. So what's your favorite delusion? I thought he just asked his questions are normal and then his answers. I'm like, what are you saying?
What is my favorite delusion? Okay, so like something that's like not happening,
That you like to
not real.
pretend. Oh, you know what mine is? I like to say that Robert is a really tiny little mouse.
Oh yeah, you
I
brought
love
this up
saying
before.
that. It's weird how often I bring this up, isn't it? It's like, stop talking about it.
You
That's
really
what
want people to know that Robert is a little mouse.
He's just a little mouse guy. Like, I will be like out somewhere and like if there's like a baby sock on the ground, I'm like, oh my god, Robert, you dropped your sock. Oh wait, no, that's way too big for your tiny little mouse foot. And I'll just say, I'm like delusional, but it's so funny to me.
I know, I love that. I think it's cute. Actually, I will say that I think that mine is saying that like pigeons are government like spies, pretty much. Because I literally will be like, look at that government spy, like when I'm walking in the city or something. But I do it so often, like every time I'm there, I bring it up, or anytime we talk about pigeons, I'll be like, oh, you mean government spies? Yeah.
They're like, we get it, you're crazy. Does anyone ever think that you're serious?
No, I don't think so.
Can you imagine? There's definitely people who actually, I mean, it must have started from a real thing, right?
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Neither.
I'm sorry, I just had
real.
to ask you.
I feel like
they're not real.
They're birds.
She's like, I'm vegan, they're not
kind
real.
Of a bird. Shut up. The chicken or the egg? The egg came first, right? Because it like slowly evolved, and eventually the evolution led.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
Evolution, baby.
Nobody ever says that. Obviously, the egg came first. Yeah. Something had to have created it first.
Yeah. Whatever created it was like a weird almost chicken, but then it was the egg. Yeah.
The almost chicken and the almost something else
paired.
You know. And then you got a chicken.
Yeah, from the egg.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. You're on the same page as me.
Yeah,
anyways.
We have the biggest brains in the world.
I had to know. Some people are going to say the chicken. It just doesn't make sense. How did the chicken come?
That's their delusion.
The chicken comes out of the egg. The egg had to be mutated first.
Yeah. I feel like there's actually no way
what
to
came
make it
first?
work.
The teenage ninja mutant turtle or the egg that it was in? That got like poured on with toxicity, you know, like obviously the little egg thingy.
It came from the egg.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, people are stupid.
I will die on this.
On this egg.
Taking it to the grave.
Good. As you should, honestly. It makes more sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
Our final question from dating/dadding. Ask Nunu why she is so delightful. Tell us, why are you so delightful? What's your top reason?
I don't even think I'm delightful. How do I even...
You are delightful. I feel like you're whimsical. You have cool little pets.
What is whimsical?
I don't know. I feel like your background just giving off whimsy vibes. Like, it's just like, why would you ask me what a word means when I don't know what it means clearly? It's just
wait.
Why would you just call me out like that? You're so like, thanks.
I wasn't trying to call you out. I just was like, damn, she just used a big word. And I'm kind of...
I know, like, I feel like a whimsical vibe. I know the vibe.
Playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an appealing and amusing way.
Yeah, you're whimsical.
Mischievous, waggish, fantastic.
I would never call you waggish, but...
Eccentric. I get called eccentric a lot, actually.
There we go. You have ferrets.
Bizarre,
look at your little background.
Weird, peculiar, weird, odd. Okay, yeah.
But like in a good way.
No, in a good way. I don't take offense to it at all.
You're like a little fairy.
That's
like a whimsical fairy. And I see your
That's
cat's
hon-
tail.
That's a really big compliment, honestly.
Yeah, I got you.
I wish I could be a fairy.
You
Hey,
can
Nar.
to me. I know I saw a little cat walking by and I was like, oh my god.
Little tail. Hey, buddies.
Yeah, so cute.
Do you want to come say hi?
Oh my gosh.
What if you made a guest appearance?
Yes.
It's Nunu Nels featuring
Ah!
Nar. Oh my god, look at
the
this
real
boy.
star. Oh my god, literally the perfect color of orange. What a cutie.
When he looks at the camera, he gets all goofy, like his eyes just go.
I love him. What a cutie.
If you ever
Aw.
see my Nunu Derp emote, it's him, and like the eyes are literally like crazy eyes. Like,
I'm gonna go look at your emotes after this and
because
also
he's so derpy.
bring your cat to
Alright.
Vegas and I could steal him. Thank you.
He is chunky. He
Oh.
tries to kill me all the time in the game. Hi, bubbies.
Oh, what a cutie.
good
Yeah,
boy,
if
though,
he takes the hardcore life, that's okay. He can.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like you're delightful because you're whimsical.
Aw, thank
Yeah.
you. I don't know really how to answer that question, but thank you.
Yes.
Nunu floshed. I don't have an emote that's Nunu floshed, but
We're about to.
If there
Just take
was,
a
that's what
screenshot of
it-
you going like, oh.
I have a blush emote. It's like,
Oh, I need to look
like
at your. You
that,
have so
that
many
looks
cute
like I'm
ones.
smelling my fingers, but it's just like,
Yeah, I feel like you can make it creepy smelling your fingers, like your eyes are up or something. Just keep it casual.
what if I just rename it like?
Wait, what were you just gonna say?
It's like, what if I rename it Cheeto Fingers?
Please don't.
Nunu Cheeto Fingers.
Just
What
edit
if, like,
it so
I
your
have-
fingertips are
No,
orangish.
I was literally gonna say, what if I have it like a second one made and it's just you add orange to it? It's called Nunu Cheeto Fingers.
I would unfollow you and delete this episode. I'd be like, no.
You know what? I'm gonna make it and you're gonna love it. You're gonna
You're
take
gonna-
that back.
Put on 7TV so I can add to the channel. Everyone will just be like, so
Nunu Cheeto
creepy.
Fingers. It's actually
Uh,
such a good idea. Wait, no.
write it
hold
down,
on.
write it down.
I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down.
This is like the most important thing ever.
I have like a bunch of emotes in like a notepad that I'm like, you know, if I ever get
I
more
have a
emote
list
slots, that's
too.
what I want. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Nunu. Wait, hold on. Cheeto Fingers.
What a
My
weird
list right
thing to
now
separate.
is Chef Kiss.
That's one of mine too.
Yeah, I want an imagination emote, but
Oh,
like I
like the
want it to say
SpongeBob?
inspired. Yeah, I want to say
Aw.
inspired, and it's just like when I get high. Honestly.
And you come up
Um,
with great ideas like Cheeto Finger.
Yeah, exactly. And then Know You, and
Aw.
then Stinky, just because like Jeff always calls me Stinky, so I feel like at this point I just need a Stinky emote. Like literally, my chat calls me Stinky sometimes.
Oh
It's like
yeah, no.
it's
Whenever you've rated me, they're like, "Yeah, thank God doesn't smell anymore." And I'm like, "Dang,
that's Jeff for you.
brutal."
Yeah. So I think I need a Stinky emote now. I need a
Mhm.
Flowy emote. Stonks. Every once in a while you need stonks.
True.
Riot. Why did I write Riot?
Oh my God, I want a bunch of little
Riot emote.
ferrets rioting with the little, but they're little
Yeah.
ferrets.
Uppies.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh whoa. Why do I have oh whoa?
Keep it
I
just in
must have wrote
case.
that. Just in case. Maybe
in
like
case.
like a sober thought will like come back to me.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I need a throw up / yakking emote because I always go "Ugh." When I don't like something. I always make that sound. "Ugh." So I think I need to throw up one. And now I have Cheeto Fingers. So
That's like it. That's perfect. I love your emotes. Your toxic one that you said like people don't really use that much.
yeah, they don't use it that much. I thought
That
it was gonna be way bigger than it was.
That could be like a great stinky one too. Just like you
Oh,
smell
true,
so
dude.
bad.
Make it yellow. Like turn the ghost, not the ghost. Turn
The
the fumes, the fume colors, like
Yeah.
maybe more yellow. Add like a cheese to it, maybe.
Yeah. They're easy emote. We got you.
Wow. Wait, I'm gonna tell Jeff that. I'll be like, dude, you could literally use this emote. Why I never thought
I-
about that. It's like
I was
could,
thinking about
I
that.
could rename it Stinky, like Nunu Stinky.
Yeah. Whenever I was like posting that you were gonna be on here on Discord, I was using like your emotes, and I almost used that one, and I was like, no, I don't want it to look like she smells bad, and then I was like, oh, it kind of does look like Stinky. We're having Nunu on, and this podcast smells.
Dude, Jeff, if he listens to this podcast, he's gonna have a ball on this part of it.
He's gonna be like,
He's-
hell
He's
yeah, it
literally gonna
smells."
have a ball. He's gonna be like, can't believe you guys are talking about you being stinky.
Yeah, I mean, it
It's
fits.
literally his fault.
That's his biggest delusion.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
you're right. That
Yep.
is. But I stink.
I got him.
Weird fetish or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like too into it. It's like kind of creepy.
Hey, welcome back.
Hello, little kitty. But yeah, that is going to be it. I'll wait for your cat to. Oh no, he's so cute. I can't even talk. Oh my god.
You can just, it's okay. You can make this the outro. Don't worry.
I
We have a
will.
cat. Oh, he's never mind.
Oh,
He's
goodbye.
leaving. Okay.
Did you
bye.
want to say your social medias and like your schedule for streaming potentially?
Ooh, my schedule is so inconsistent. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie, but it's normally like 8-10 a.m. in the morning, like 2-3 times a week, and then like 7:30 p.m. at night, like 2-3 times a week. Like I switch it up between the two, and that
Yeah.
just kind of depends on work. But it's either like kind of like early in the morning or late at night, and that's Eastern Standard Time because I'm in New York.
Yeah.
And my socials, I think all my socials are Nunu Nels, but it's like NUNUU_Nels. So it's pretty much Nunu Nels, like how I have it on Twitch with an extra U on the second part of the Nunu.
And with
But
a Z for Nels, right?
yeah, Z for Nels, Nunu Nels.
Robert was making me put S, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
No, it's a Z. Although I gotta tell you, I hate the Z. Like I really feel like it just. I don't vibe with it, but the S definitely doesn't look right either. So
Yeah.
I just rock it, and I just think Nunu Nails is so established at this point. Like even just going to Nunu is kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, the OGs
don't
would know
know.
what to really call you.
Yeah, well that's true, but I don't know. It also kind of looks clean.
It
doesn't
does.
look
I like
clean.
your username. No, I think it looks nice.
I like it in all cap. Well, I like it on Twitch in all capitals.
Yeah.
But there's like certain fonts I like it all lowercase. It's so weird, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Like sometimes I just see Bunebape in all caps, and I'm like, this looks very abrasive. Like this is too much. I
Yeah,
like
but
mine
in the
lowercase.
right font, it would look good. It literally
Exactly.
is all about font. Like certain fonts just
They
don't
hit
work.
different.
Like script kind of like script is too formal looking with its new Nels.
Yeah.
I was like, that needs to be like all lowercase. But then it's weird because it's like, well, it's literally like my son,
Yeah.
right? It's like
I think the sign looks good though. I like it because
literally
it's just a
just
lot
like-
of lines. Yeah.
yeah.
I like
it's so
that.
weird. The Nels makes more sense, but yeah, it's literally just like
It makes it more fun.
yeah. I feel like it's hard to read sometimes. Well, no, that's
No, you're fine. You're overthinking it.
it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I like it. But
I'm not rebranding. No.
no, she refuses.
Also, I'd like to say that I think that you are Bunebape. I don't think Robert
Oh.
is Bunebape.
I want to say, don't I look like the biggest douchebag because now people call me Bunebape, and I'm like, I have a podcast called Bunebape. That'd be like, oh, my name's Michelle. I have a podcast named Michelle. Like, it sounds like I just named a podcast after myself. The podcast came first.
People do that all the time. It's okay.
It
It's
feels
just
weird.
you know, Bunebape started as the two of you, but it's just kind of like it's grown into really just you. Like I call you Boone before I say Michelle.
Yeah, people
You
say
know?
Boone and Bunebape, and then they
Like
just say Rob.
it would be Boone and Robert.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. People just call me that now. I feel like people call me Boone, and then the podcast is Bunebape, and then Robert's just Rob or Robbie, Robert, whatever you want to call him.
You could be the Boone and he could be the Babe.
That's what chemistry said before. I was talking about the show. He was like, which one's Boone and which one's Bape? And I was like, it's nope.
How did you come up with Bunebape? I don't know if I've asked you this.
We used to go on walks every day, like during COVID, and talk about what we were doing in RuneScape that day. And we'd be like, oh, what'd you do in RuneScape? What'd you do in Bunebape? And we would just say like random rhymes.
Yes.
You'd be like, what do you want for dinner? Chipotle? Babotle? And we just like to rhyme.
That's cute. I love it.
Yeah. It's like such a deep meaning. I'm like, it rhymes.
Yeah. It rhymes.
Yeah.
No, it's cute though, because it's like, I'm surprised it didn't get taken, to be quite honest.
I know. I mean, it's actually taken on RuneScape and on Twitter.
Oh.
So we had to do,
shit.
yeah. Twitter's Bunebapeosrs and RuneScape I'm TTV Bunebape because shameless plug to my stream all the time. But yeah, everywhere
Nobody
else
thought
is
about
available.
Twitch.
I know, right?
He. I have like this thing, you know, Nunu Nels is actually like a rapper. I didn't know it at the time when I made the
Wait, really?
username.
You rap?
Nunu... No, Nunu. She's like on Love and Hip.
Wait.
No.
Oh, she's like.
No. Is it? No. It's not Love and Hip Hop. It's a rap show.
But she's on like a show,
Like,
so like well enough known to be on a
yeah.
show. That's.
Yeah, like she's like verified and everything, but I don't know if she
Oh.
like existed. It's not Love and Hip Hop. I just can't remember the name of the show.
Yeah.
But anyways, she has all the socials taken, which is why I can't have Nunu_Nels,
Oh.
and why I have extra U's on all my socials.
I did notice that, but I just didn't think about it.
Except for Twitch.
That's the one that
And
really
Kick.
matters.
I took Kick also.
Good.
So if
Those
she ever
ones
wants
matter.
Kick or Twitch, money,
She's gotta pay up.
money. Pay up. Yeah, literally.
I like yours though. I would not change it.
Oh, thank
it's
you. Yeah,
nice.
no, I feel like it's just so like it's such a thing now, and then I think at most I would just shorten it to Nunu,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure Nunu is probably taken. But I don't know. I kind of like having the length of it, and then
Yeah.
people just shortening it like at
People
their
could
own
call you
will.
either one. They could call you Nunu, Nels, Nella, whatever. Give
Yeah.
some more opportunity. Like I always just say Nunu, but I'm like the only one who says Nunu. It's like I said earlier, I just stopped reading halfway through names.
I have so many like nicknames, honestly. Like
yeah.
my whole life it was either Nella. Like Nella is like my childhood nickname.
Mhm.
That's what I mean, because my name is Antonella. So
You have such a
Nella-
fancy name, by the way. It's so pretty.
thank you.
Yeah.
But like it's always been Nella,
Mhm.
and then when people like from like Hispanic countries say my name, they say Anto. Like even at work now,
Oh,
all the
nice.
ladies, they're all like pretty much from like a Hispanic country. They all say Anto.
Oh.
So it's like it's kind of interesting to see like my name is literally like split in half, and they go with
Yeah.
like both parts of it.
I like
but,
it.
But I don't like Anto. Like you can say Anto. Like no, it has to be Anto. Like
yeah, it has to be like with the accent.
exactly. Otherwise,
Mhm.
it's kind of just like weird.
Yeah.
And then like it took me a while to get used to like hearing people call me Nunu. Nels I was kind of used to because like I had my
Yeah.
cousin always would say like Nels instead of Nella. But Nunu took a little bit of getting used to. But I'm pretty much at that point now where like I've like internalized that I am Nunu, and I do.
It
find
took me a
kinda
while
cute.
to do that for Boone too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say I find it really cute when like my online friends convert to saying Nella, because
Yeah.
I feel like and not everybody who calls me Nella I would say like I'm close to on a personal level, but like for some reason it just like hits me a little different, you know? It's
I
always
was
like
talking about you to
interesting
Robert,
me.
and I said Nella, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like so close to her.
Yeah, that is like my nickname, you
Yeah.
know, from my whole life. So I think that one is normally the one that I feel like when people say it to me, it feels like a little like, you know.
More personal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have
I
like a
like it.
shortened version of like Michelle?
No, I will Shell.
I was gonna
Robert
say,
will
like-
say Shell.
Mm.
Some people say that, but it's not like seashell. I feel like you have to spell it with CH. Otherwise, it's weird.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think your brain thinks shell at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
it
one
does.
thing.
So it's not great. So you could.
I feel like
mean,
Michelle really doesn't have like
Yeah.
maybe like I
Mitch.
think I used to call like Mishy. Like I think we
I've
used to call
heard-
one of our friends like Mishy.
I've heard Mish. In fifth
Oh
grade.
yes.
Mish
Yes.
is the one. In fifth grade, I came up with my own nickname of Chelly that caught on for a few years, but now I don't like it.
Mm,
It's not even similar. It's just similar spelling.
yeah.
But yeah,
True.
usually it's just Michelle or Shell. And now everyone online just says Boone. Michelle's just like a long name, so. I mean, you
should
know
change
long
your name
names.
to Boone.
Legally.
Change it legally.
Why
yeah,
not?
I know all about long names.
Yeah.
Like 9 letters. ANTO. Yeah, 9 letters.
Mine's 8. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a
I'm like,
lot.
It's too
long.
extra.
Yeah, no.
Nella works. It is
Nella.
pretty though every once in a blue moon.
Yeah,
yeah.
when someone's not yelling at me, you know,
Yeah.
and I hear my full name, and I'm like, when somebody
What?
calls me Antonella, I'm like, well, what did I do? Like,
Yeah. Like I always call Robert, and then whenever I say Robert, I feel like I'm being like weirdly serious. And I'm like, whoa. Am I upset?
Oh my god, I love calling people by their full names, like, you know.
Like last name too?
No, like just like
Okay.
the first name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Michelle.
Yeah, and I'm like,
But like,
are you
I don't know.
Angie?
I like doing that to guys. I'll be like Daniel. You know?
And there's like, what? And I don't know why it sounds more serious with like men's names.
Sometimes I use it like in a like an endearing kind of way. It's kind of
Yeah.
hard to explain, but you know what I mean? I feel like it's very personal.
Yeah,
When
it's
you
kind
say
of like
somebody's,
having a
like,
cute
full name.
nickname, but their full name, because
Mhm.
no one else calls them that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I see that.
Depends how you say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it.
But
It's there.
I should probably end it here. You know, I didn't want to tell you. I'm 51 minutes late to the stream.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to like ruin the flow. We were doing so good. I posted in Discord and was like, I'm late recording.
They'll understand, surely.
They'll understand, yeah. And if they don't, then
Yeah.
I'll ban them.
Dude, I'm late every single day to my stream. Like an hour.
Okay, I was like, this late? I hope.
You're fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
no.
But thank you so much for joining. This is
No,
really fun.
of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see you next week. I will message you
Oh
more
my
about
god, yes.
That's so cool. Oh, that's
I
gonna be so much fun.
know. I'm so excited.
All right, and our like socials are all just in the description. If you don't know it, just look there. I'm not gonna say the whole thing. And I will link Nunu's stream down below, so you could go follow her as well. But thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.